Hey everybody, welcome to Brave Yet Stupid, a role-playing BAME podcast. I'm your host, James. Yes, I said role-playing BAME. Role-playing game podcast. My name's James, and we're running Aberrant, a superhero RPG. If you have any comments or questions during the show, feel free to type them in the comment box, and I will try to read them on the air while we are playing. Let's meet our cast of characters played by our players, starting with Evan.
Odd man out, and we're up to a great start.
Austin.
Bam!
Ty.
The Dino Guy.
And Joe, who is reading a Hellboy comic book, which will probably be demonetized for you showing the logo on the screen.
I'm sorry.
Fucking nerd!
What? Did somebody call the doctor?
Alright. So, Evan's character, Morrow, has the ability to make illusions both inside and outside the mind. Austin's character, Lloyd, is a super strength guy who can beat down everybody. Ty is an earth elemental mastery guy who can dig and make holes and shape things with his very mind.
Big rocks.
And Joe is a doctor who has the power to heal and absorb damage from people and turn it into super strength.
And steal power.
And you can steal quantum points from people. You can steal people's energy now. It's got new power.
I get hungry.
All right. So if you're new to this show, there's a couple of terms you're going to want to know. For the first-time viewers and new viewers, here's a list of words and people you should know to keep up with our story. A nova is another word for a person with superpowers. Team Tomorrow is the league of benevolent superheroes who attempt to save the world from the forces of evil. Or are they, as our group is slowly beginning to realize that there might be a secret organization inside Utopia. Oracle, aka Moira Fealty, is our team's arch nemesis, a superpowered hacker who can plant hypnotic suggestions in people's minds through images and videos on the internet. Her mysterious group of terrorists known as the Terrigen are attempting to bring down Project Utopia, the organization which employs our heroes, and it makes benevolent superheroes make the world a better place. Her methods for doing so is to kill off members of the Triton Foundation, the financial backers of Project Utopia. Slipstream is a nova who's known to be sympathetic to Oracle's aims and is likely one of her agents. His power includes the ability to lower his density to the point where he can walk through walls while being able to selectively keep parts of his body dense so he can fight physical combat. Ghostlight is a local superhero and ally to our players. His powers are currently unknown, but the players know he operates outside the rules of Project Utopia and prefers to go his own way. He's basically a vigilante.
Unsure if he had superpowers.
Mr. 100 is a political radical and leader of the local gang, the 99s. They have been implicated in capturing novas and harvesting their MR nodes in their brains to make the drug Might, a dangerous cocktail that can give baseline humans superpowers for a limited time.
I'm dead.
So let's do a recap of the story so far in case you missed the previous episode or you just need a refresher. Last time on Brave Yet Stupid, several stories focused on individual player characters were told. Lloyd helped intervene in his nephew's problems at a high school with the local gang, the 99s, only to be jumped by several members of the gang. All seemed lost, but Lloyd's nephew Joey erupted as a nova. With his superpowers, he decided to join the forces of good at Project Utopia to make the world a better place. Morrow went to the Faustus Club after receiving a distress call, only to discover it had been completely eradicated by an anti-nova task force led by an enigmatic nova whose face and voice constantly change. This nova appears to have the ability to erase memories from baselines, but it's unclear if their powers affect novas. Alan, distraught from the stress of the past few weeks of crime fighting, holed up in his apartment, only to be brought back on his feet by local vigilante Ghostlight. Ghostlight's methods are extreme, but the group seems to trust him so far. He's requested Alan's help in finding two local vigilante friends of his, the Downriver Destroyer and Lenane Rouge. They went missing investigating the 99's gang activity with a new street drug called Might. Gregory investigated the drug Might and has since learned it's harvested from nova nodes in the brain. The horrifying conclusion combined with other intel from the 99's gang can only mean one thing. Mr. 100, the 99's leader, is planning some type of city-wide operation with Might-injected super thugs, explosives, and heavy weapons. While the team was planning the next steps to take out Mr. 100 and his gang, they were approached by the super-intelligent ally Mindstein about evidence he's found linking Project Utopia to a secret organization funded by the group called The Directive. This secret project, Project Proteus, is only known by name. But with enough time, Mindstein thinks he and his allies in the Aberrants can find out what's really going on inside Utopia. Our team's arch nemesis Moira dropped in on the conversation and explained the Directive is her enemy as well. The Directive is an association of top-level military intelligence organizations, all coordinating their efforts to combat the Nova threat. Moira appears to have given the team a temporary ceasefire while the group figures out their next moves in regards to the Directive and Proteus. Resuming their plans to take down Mr. 100 and his gang, our group arrived at a drug processing plant for the gang, only to discover local vigilante Lanaine Rouge has switched sides to join Mr. 100 and his radical political ideology of wiping out Utopia to give Detroit back to the people. Our heroes were left in the terrible clutches of Mr. 100 and his evil gang, the 99s. Held at gunpoint from the rooftops, our heroes find themselves surrounded. And that's where we left off last time. Any questions about all that?
I think you forgot to mention it. This guy nearly died.
Yes.
And he killed someone.
Yes, and Lanaine Rouge is dead.
In the swift action it took in order to attempt to knock her out, he just up and forgot to hold back.
Exactly.
Well, I guess it's back to my apartment.
Oh, you can't
No,
do that
we're in the
because you
middle.
guys are
Right now.
surrounded
Oh, I
on all
know.
sides.
I mean, hypothetically,
on rooftops with guys with machine guns.
if we get out of this.
If you get out of this alive.
Stacking up that PTP.
When you say
PTSD.
rooftops, you mean all around us?
All around you guys are an alley. Your pits are attacked by 3 on each side, and they all have machine guns.
Am I allowed to? Because her limp body is now in my arms because I was holding her.
Use her as a human shield.
No, I was going to slowly put her limp body down on the ground. Because
Alright.
I don't want to be holding a dead person right now.
Alright.
That just looks bad on me.
The thugs say, it doesn't matter if they're alive or dead, we can still harvest it after. And they all take up aim.
Oh, they take up aim?
Yes.
Cool, how close am I to a wall?
Not very close. You guys are in the center of the alley.
I use my abilities to tear 2 equally sized chunks from out of either side of the wall and put them over us and hold it there as a shield.
Okay, roll your shape ability.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Cool.
Anything you're gonna... Marlo's
He's
not
not even
there.
there.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm not here. I'm with Ghostlight.
I basically am doing is I'm checking my surroundings, wearing awareness, and I rolled 6. See if
Yep.
there's some safe spot or some spot that
You
would
see
basically...
something flicker out of the corner of your eye behind one of the gunmen aiming at you, and all of a sudden the gunman falls to the ground dead.
What I also do is before ending is basically hit a pager, letting him know to like a pager saying, "Hey, get it here."
All right, you get a message saying urgently get there.
When I look at Ghostlight, I'm like, it looks like they need some help. You want to tag along?
Well, we did have him
Ghostlight said, "Hell yeah, I want to tag along."
Cool.
We did have him on standby.
All right,
Last
you made how many successes you get in your shape roll?
2 successes.
2, so that's good enough. All right, there's just a pelting of automatic gunfire on your shield, and they realize they can't penetrate it.
Cool.
But suddenly the machine gun fire just stops.
I was going to say,
Run!
um,
And I
if it
just
stops before I do it, I was going to run into one of the buildings and just take out a support beam.
All right, you run into one of the... You just blast through the building, and you're inside the building, and it's a huge drug processing plant, and everyone's making might injection needles, and they all look at you with confusion.
wouldn't we have
Oh,
seen
no.
that when I tore parts out of the wall?
What?
Wouldn't we have seen that if I tore parts out of the wall in order to make the shield?
You used earth around you to make the shield.
No, I said from the walls around us.
The walls aren't made of stone, they're,
Oh, they
they're
are?
sheet metal.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it's a warehouse.
Oh.
All right, cool. Is there a piece of heavy machinery next to me then?
Sure. There's a high-low next to you.
I'm just gonna chuck that into a support beam to try and take this operation
All right,
down.
roll strength might.
Strength might. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ty, when your shield dissipates, all the gunmen are dead.
You didn't do that, did you?
No, I seen something flicker. I don't know. It's someone from behind them. I'm not sure if somebody shot them or took them down.
I'm going to.
But I'm gonna keep
6.
checking the surroundings.
6?
Yep.
You take out that entire side of the building and it crashes down around you. However, the beams are falling on you, so I'm going to need a Dex athletics check to get out of the way.
I'm going to use node real fast
Sure.
and just try and sense if there's any familiar residual energy coming up from the roof.
Sure.
I have 4.
All right. Rolling.
4. You make it out. You roll out and you see someone standing right behind Ty, and you don't recognize them.
3 successes.
3 successes. There's someone right behind you.
Can I roll into a tackle from that?
Quickly.
You roll into a tackle and you go right through him.
Quickly swing around and
I don't think we want to attack this person. To be, in my opinion.
It's a new person in a combat situation. Yeah.
Wait a
Yeah, but
second.
it took out basically the top.
Do I see Lloyd just go right through him? Wait a second. Aren't you? You look familiar.
Slipstream, mate.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I saw that. As soon as fucking.
Heard somebody was harvesting our brother in Novas. Thought I'd help out.
I stand up. I think I just took out half of that.
He goes, well, Mr. 100 ain't here.
Do you know where he is then?
I don't know. Maybe that local vigilante does.
Yeah.
Listen, don't worry about the rest of the guards. They've, he holds up his hand and an energy blade warps from it.
Mental.
Run into some trouble.
About 47 times in the chest.
Something like that.
And I do as I say, I appreciate you helping us. And we're also on the same situation right now. With
Hill
the
Creek.
He bows instead of shaking your hand because it would just go right through your hand.
Pleasure to meet you too.
When do Ghostlight show
up? Shortly afterward. But before you guys show up, Slipstream's like, well, I've got more people to delete.
Could you just knock out the people who are just packaging and making the drugs, just so that we can interrogate them? Everyone else with a gun, just totally fine.
That seems reasonable enough. He is a Terrigen, so.
I know, and that's why I gave him something to kill, so that at least we can get something out of this.
All right. You see him run right through the wall, and you hear screams afterward.
Okay, so I can't interrogate.
And machine gun fire and all types of stuff, and a couple grenades go off.
I can't interrogate anyone. I've got some things to take care of, and you guys do damage control.
Cool.
Morrow and Ghostlight show up on Ghostlight's motorcycle. Wonderful.
Welcome to the party. After party, that is. Things are pretty much taken care of. Where's 99?
All right, says Ghostlight as he picks up a bandolier of grenades from one of the guys that were on the roof. Fucking excellent.
I'll ask a question real quick, because I kind of want to have a humanistic moment. Is there anything on Lanaine Rouge that kind of accentuates her hero persona?
What do you mean?
Like something that she's known for?
Aside from her sexy skin-tight outfit, no.
No?
Okay, so that's normal. Okay.
Okay, I'd just like to go over to a street corner where there's actual patch of dirt, and I'm just going to start digging to lay her down.
Alright.
So if you guys want me, interrupt me.
I'm going to hold up on a promise that I made last session, and I'm going to start gathering up what heavy weapons I can and loading them into my car.
Okay.
And
you get 2 heavy machine guns and 6 grenades.
And I'm basically doing is getting rid of the mite just by destroying it, by either burning it or basically disintegrating it with the
all the people that are working in the lab all start fleeing. So no one interrupts you when you're destroying everything.
Whatever lab is left.
And I just...
You notice that security seems rather thin for an operation of this size.
I just take whatever I can, and then once I've cleaned up what I can, I call in the cops for a cleanup crew.
Okay.
And I say to Ghostlight, so
the police don't respond. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please dial 1, then the area code of which number you're trying to reach.
Dude, he's a
One.
gang boss. He controls them.
Doot.
Don't do it.
This phone just clicks. It's just dead. It's then you hear a boom, 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 boom
Run.
from all throughout the city.
Bombings,
me. All right.
So
Ghost
what's
light.
going on?
Well, the police.
Ghostlight's police scanner just explodes with activity.
A gang stole fertilizer and made bombs and just committed terrorist acts on the city.
All right.
Looks like
It
you're
looks
gonna
like
be in
you are
business.
too late.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
I have reasons.
Then the police radio goes silent. Someone's jamming the frequencies.
Shit.
Can I use my computer skills to find out where the jamming's coming from?
Sure.
Ghostlight. Do you know where Mr. 100 is?
Because, yeah, he hangs out in a synagogue in
7.
Delray.
7 successes.
It's an old abandoned church, basically. Jewish church. You know.
We head there first.
Huh?
7
7
successes.
successes? You expect the jamming is only, like, nearby, and that the city proper, you should be able to use the police radio again. But there's no way for you to really tell without with where it's coming from, without specialized equipment.
Is there a possibility with our tech that we got from
Mindstein?
Mindstein that could do this?
You could try to call him.
Alright, I'll call him.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed.
Click.
I say to everyone to get in the car. We're headed for the synagogue.
I'm gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna fly up to one of the roofs,
Okay.
and I want to do a perception check of anyone like screwing with antenna wire or anything like that.
Okay.
3.
You see somebody that literally has taken an axe to a cell phone tower and literally chopped into its battery pack.
I look down, phone tower that way, and I just start going across the roofs, jumping and using flight if I have to get across to him.
All right. He slides down, and you notice he's more buff than he should be. Like he scales down the telephone pole, like sliding down, and lands on his feet with a big crash.
What if he's...
Have you been doing might? Me? Yeah, you look super jacked than usual.
Not him.
Oh,
No,
who?
The guy the guy he's looking at.
What if the
Oh.
guy is basically the one with the axe is somebody that we thought is dead and is not?
Or were
I
they
think
He
from the
doesn't
last-
look familiar.
Looking
Okay.
far too into this.
Sorry. Just thinking.
Alright, I'll jump down to meet him.
All right. What do you want?
What do I want?
What do you want, motherfucker?
Detroit.
I'm just gonna look at him. You getting power?
He goes, they ain't getting it anymore. He takes 2 steps back.
Can you give me some?
Give you some what?
You stealing power?
No, I shut down I just chopped through the damn phone repeater.
Oh, okay.
You know, punch him in the face.
Yeah.
I was gonna go.
roll strength brawl. He gets a dodge because he sees you coming.
James,
1, 2.
I was gonna mirage him.
All right, you gonna mirage him?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's gonna be hard to hit him. Actually, he couldn't do much better than he did.
7.
You miss him.
What?
And he comes back and he shoots you right in the face, point blank, with a shotgun.
Alright, let's get some lethal soak here, I guess.
Yep, so he gets 2 extra successes to that, so that's 2
Son of a
plus
bitch.
8, 10 damage
Yep.
possible.
Great.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. What'd you get in your soak roll?
I got 1.
You take 3 lethal damage.
All right.
You see him get shot in the face with a shotgun.
Oh, God damn it. I barreled down the road at the dumbass who just shot at my friend. In my car.
8 successes on my Mirage.
Luckily, this guy isn't very strong-willed, so yeah, he fails. He is miraged.
He's just seen basically his darkest nightmares.
He starts screaming and drops his gun and goes out of control.
Mm-hmm. And then I get up to him. Like he's subdued, kind of.
Yeah.
I drop it, and I just kind of... Alright. But when I drop it, I'm behind him, and I got my knife right here.
Okay.
And I go, okay, I'm only going to ask you this once. Who are you working for? Where are they?
He's like, I ain't telling you shit.
No, you don't understand. You are going to tell me everything.
Manipulation interrogation.
And I'm also using the voice.
Okay. You alright, Ty?
We already know who he works for. We already know where that guy probably is. It's
6.
He tells you that he's just doing his part in what he calls Operation Reclamation. He goes, Detroit's going back to the people on the streets.
That's stupid.
We're going to take over this town. There's nothing you can do about it.
You're wrong about that.
I'm gonna stop your hand as soon as you do that.
Alright, you're being held back by mega strength.
And I regen all the damage that he did to me. Let him go.
Suddenly I pull around to them with a screeching halt. Just let him go and get in the damn car already. Knock him out or something. Leave him for the cops.
Ghostlight goes, we don't have time for this shit. And he aims at the guy.
Wall.
With a semi-auto burst.
Wall.
Wall?
Wall.
Alright. You roll your wall check. See if you can beat him.
2 successes.
Not good enough. He plugs him in the head. Before your wall goes up.
Finally, somebody intelligent.
He's like, fucking take out the trash. We don't have time for this shit. We've got to stop Mr. 100.
I'll let go of you now that he's dead.
You just see the knife and just go.
Okay, see your little twirl.
Mm-hmm.
Get in the car.
I get on Ghostlight's bike.
Ghostlights follows you to the is leading you to where the synagogue is. And he looks back at you and goes, your friend's got to learn to pull the fucking trigger.
Tempted not to just floor it.
Just run him over.
Yes. Tempted. I don't do it, but it's tempting.
All right. You approach the abandoned synagogue. It's called the Del Rey Temple, and it's kind of dilapidated and run over, like rotten over with overgrowth. But there's at least 200 people gathered in front of a podium where Mr. 100 is like giving like a sermon about how how Operation Reclamation is going to take back the city.
All right. So I get out of my car and I use shape to bring up a small rock, roughly about yay big, and start taking the bandolier of grenades and tying it around it.
All right.
And just blast it towards the podium.
All right. You just pull all the pins and shoot it towards the podium?
Yep.
Innocent people be damned.
Can I put it just right behind the podium so that only just gets...
It's going to be a shrapnel pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Well, you said you were doing it, so you're doing
Too
it.
late.
Roll Dex plus Blast.
Brave yet stupid.
That's not brave. That's just stupid.
It is. Well, he's trying to be brave, but it's just stupid.
Dex blast.
Ugh. Oh, damn.
5 successes.
5 successes. You perfectly plan it right in front of Mr. 100. It detonates, and it kills him and at least 40 people in the front row. It's caught live on Facebook Live by at least 16 people viewing everything with their cell phones, and they all point him back and aim him right at you. It's the Novas! It's Team Tomorrow! See, they're out to kill us all! Public favor of the riots has increased.
Oh well.
Damn it, Todd.
You hear more explosions go off throughout the city. Mr. 100 is just like guts and nothing. You notice that there's no mitoids here at the thing at all. They're all carrying out missions. A mob of people is approaching all of you.
Oh, I'm just in my human state.
It doesn't matter. They're approaching all of you. They saw you all arrive at once.
No, I made sure I stayed far back, so basically they didn't see me.
Oh, okay, but you got all the same car, and they definitely noticed
No,
that.
I have my own vehicle.
Okay, you're the only person safe from this. Then they start chucking Molotov cocktails at your car.
I'm the only superhero that drives his own damn vehicle.
It hits it square on the hood, and the engine catches on fire.
There goes the Volkswagen.
I run a little bit so when the car explodes, because it's going to explode,
Yeah.
I don't get caught in the explosion.
All right. Ghostlight just takes out his Tavor, fires an arc in the air, and then aims it at the mob. The mob doesn't seem to care. They all pull out small arms and guns, and knives and beat sticks and everything.
I summon up a wall and put it between us and the mob.
All right. Use your keep track of your condom points for sure, because this is going to be a long fight.
Two successes.
2. All right. You make a small barricade that you 3 can hide behind, and Ghostlight can hide behind, but not much else.
So, you guys want to rinse and repeat this tactic again?
I say...
Ghostlight, what is your opinion on this?
These people are just crazy. Look at them. They're like frothing at the mouth, and they do appear abnormally angry.
Have some type of manipulation power.
Yep.
If we had a manipulation power, then shouldn't it just cancel out with him?
So does anyone have a problem with this? And I just look up, and I got 3 knives between my fingers.
As long as it's self-defense.
Ghostlight says, I don't know. These people are just citizens, man. They're not criminals. They haven't done anything wrong.
I was going to throw him in the knees.
Because maiming is still wrong, man.
All right, rinse
I
and
think we
repeat.
should run. Besides, I don't think we can defeat all these people, and you probably can't. There's about 60 people coming
Yeah,
your way.
no, it's rinse and repeat. I'm going to slam through the ground to get to the sewer tunnels.
All right.
That's what you meant.
Roll strength plus might.
Strength might? Alright.
Yep. Always include your mega strength when
Yeah,
you
I
roll
am.
strength. Yeah.
That one wasn't so good. Only 3.
Only 3. You hit a water main, and the water splarts back up at you, and there's a flooding. In the area is flooding.
Oh, that actually provides a more hilarious thing.
Okay.
I can use my hand as a cup to fire the water at them.
You're gonna water cannon the rioters? Oh my god! I apologize to everyone listening to this stream. All right.
Oh,
All right. You disperse the crowd by water cannoning people over time. They take a few shots at you though. The people that aren't being hit.
I just put myself in the way of all of it.
Just tell me if I need to roll some soap for shit.
How many of them are wet?
You need to roll soak.
Lethal?
All of them at this point. Yeah, lethal.
Me as well.
Yep.
All right.
And Morrow too.
Okay, that was better.
Actually, I'm going to roll the stunt maneuver of they're just going to be shooting an illusion.
Okay.
What do I need to roll that? Just hollow?
You just need to use the quantum points.
All
Pretty
right.
much. And roll hollow.
Okay.
8.
8?
I have
Alright, they
4.
bullets ping off you. What?
I have 4.
The bullets ping off you.
All right, cool.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
10.
How much of the rioters are soaked in water?
All of them.
I used the taser.
Tasers don't work that way. They shoot electrodes out and hit one target. They don't
I'm shooting basically the water source that was towards them.
Okay, I'm not sure if it's going to work, but
You're
you can
going
give
to
it a shot.
hurt me.
And I doubt it.
But I tell you to get your hands off the water before I do it.
Well,
That's what's shooting them.
Well, because like when the water's projected, I'm having
welcome to War Crimes, the stream.
basically electric current
I
in
didn't
the water.
intentionally mean to start the race riots again, guys.
No one said it until you did.
Because
now it
that's,
is your fault.
that's where we went.
6 successes. All right. You manage to stop a line of 12 people in front, and then they start taking pause and they take defensive positions. But they're trying to circle around and flank you so you can't escape.
Can't let them circle. We gotta circle them out.
10 successes on my hollow.
Yeah, they shoot at your illusion and bullets go through it, and they don't seem to notice it's an illusion.
Mm-hmm. But those two and Ghostlight can see that it's just an illusion.
Right. Ghostlight gets on his motorcycle and says, "We got to get the fuck out of here now."
Yeah.
And go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I turn around while I'm holding up the wall and I look for a sewer main or some sort of grate or something that I could bust open and just get everyone into it.
All right.
Just use my shaping to just pull it all out.
All right. You leave the car. You get in Joe's car and you get the hell out of there.
Oh,
That works too.
You guys are gonna really have to hold on because it's really only a 2-seater.
Yeah, seriously.
I've been running.
I have mega strength. I can grip it.
I'll just get in the
I've
trunk.
been running.
All right.
Man,
You guys head
Okay, so you're
back
on the
towards where Utopia is.
Okay, Lloyd's on the roof.
You guys head back more towards where Utopia headquarters is, and the police scanner clicks back on to life, and there's tons of chatter on it. There's a bunch of things happening at once, and no, you can't do all of them. You have to choose.
What's going on?
Tactical operations for the Detroit Police Department are in a full riot situation and have called for immediate backup. The People Mover tracks have been overrun with might-addicted thugs attempting to break in the Rensen and make their way to tactical operations and stop the police from coordinating a response to looting throughout the city. Rescue operations: families are trapped inside Comerica Park in the middle of a baseball game with nowhere to be evacuated due to might-addicted thugs with automatic weapons outside. There are plenty of injured people crying for help just outside the gate where the thugs are waiting. A local news station is being held hostage and forced to read Mr. 100's manifestos to inspire more people to begin looting and causing havoc in the streets. They have requested assistance from the police, but no help has arrived yet. Henkin's wife works for the station and has called Utopia to see if anything can be done. Explosives were detonated at the beginning of the Operation Reclamation to destroy the interstate highways leading into and out of the city. Without the rubble cleared soon, there will be no way to bring additional forces from outside the city. A group of community watch members and local gun enthusiasts is shown to be being on the net asking for help for anyone with a gun on the right side of the law to prevent their homes from being ransacked and looted. Doing so might just send a message that the people of Detroit cannot be threatened and can stand up to Mr. 100's thugs on their own. The National Guard was mobilized shortly after seeing what's happened to the city. However, their transports are under fire from some of Mr. 100's thugs who have managed to get their hands on rocket-propelled grenades. Getting the Guard would solve a lot of problems with getting things back under control. And finally, Project Utopia's headquarters is under direct attack from Mr. 100's forces, as it is seen as the head of gentrification in the city. Your allies at Team Tomorrow and your boss and everybody else are threatened and in trouble. There is not enough time to do all of these.
So the National Guard was called, and they're being holed up on their way in by guys with RPGs,
Yep.
and they can't even get over the highway because it's collapsed.
Yes.
Our headquarters is under attack, under siege. Comerica Park is surrounded, and anyone who leaves is getting gunned down and torn apart.
Yes.
The police headquarters is also under attack. And
Yes.
a radio station is reading a manifesto.
Yes. And there's a local neighborhood that has asked for help from anybody that can help them.
You mean the neighborhood that I was at the other day?
Yeah.
Okay. As I'm guessing, splitting the party is not a wise idea at the moment.
Or is it?
I mean, it would be the best option, but the question is, how much can we get done by doing it?
I can free up the National Guard and get to the highway and clear the rubble.
You think you can take care of two things at once?
No, but what's the other option?
I can clear rubble and you take care of the RPGs.
There are too many guys running around with might running through their veins for you to go and take care of damage control. You need to be on the front lines, making sure these guys do not get within or outside of Utopia. Because Utopia,
Who all
They're
is
the-
in Utopia right now?
Your boss, Hankins, Marissa, and many of the members of the high staff of the organization.
Are any of the other Novas in there?
Like mine's
A couple, yeah.
you need to get there and you need to get it.
Yeah, Meinstein's there.
Einstein
He's
needs
not
to
a combatant.
Einstein needs to get on anything and everything media in order to try and.
Yeah.
So
Because Trackstar and
The Void.
the Void can just get people out of Comerica.
Yeah.
And that's
Don't
easy.
you have contacts to
Ghostlight should go and help the PD.
what's his name?
Me
Forgetting
help the
about-
people that are trying to shoot me all the time? I don't think that's a good idea. I'm gonna go help the people in the neighborhood.
Neighborhood or the
They're more
police
likely to
station?
shoot you too.
He goes, we kind of have an agreement of sorts.
Yeah, but they can take care of themselves. They have enough guns to deal with it. The PD is dealing with superpowered, jacked up assholes. And you are probably one of the most skilled individuals here to deal with it, and everyone else is going to be needed somewhere elsewhere. So man up, pull the tampon out, and deal with it.
roll intimidation.
Honestly, I think
One success.
Well, yeah, I should have rolled that shit.
He goes, you ever talk to me like that again, I'm gonna shoot you. But okay.
You had Mora's.
He
number.
actually failed, but you made a good enough point where he's like, fine. He goes, I've always wanted to drive the people mower. I mean, mover.
stay you, Ghostlight.
So,
honestly,
As a
The
character,
screw is slowly coming loose here.
as a character, I don't agree with everything that he does. As a person, as like a general player, I love Ghostlight's character. He's hilarious.
That leaves Doctor and Morrow.
I have an idea.
I think you should handle the manifesto.
Before
what I was thinking.
before we all split, is there a possibility we can get basically Mora to kind of help, or a possibility Slipstream? Because obviously we're all kind of in the same track that want to stop one foe at the moment and then get to the real big serious
That's
topic.
why Lloyd is headed towards Utopia. He's going to get
I-
Einstein on the
I
horn
have-
and get everything taken care of.
I have a Slipstream on pager.
You want to try to page her? Or page him, excuse me.
Because he doesn't like 99. So if we can get one more person to help us, it kind of help loosen things up.
I doubt
so-
he's going to help us,
He'd be kinda
especially when all of the humans are the ones getting gunned down.
You obviously weren't paying attention in the beginning of what he said, that he's tired of the might. So if we can take out some might thugs, which is more heavily in some areas, which is like the baseball park or something else, it could help.
You need to probably head to the neighborhood. They're going to be having some sort of triage center set up, and you need to be taking care of all the people that are coming in there.
Fuck the neighborhood. Yeah, I know there's more serious places to be at instead of the neighborhood. I think that's the least concerned one, in my opinion.
Sadly,
So-
in my opinion, that's the least concerning one as well. He did say city watching gun enthusiasts. They'll take people out if they have to.
All right, so where do you want me to send Slipstream?
Alright, so you guys are neglecting not in my neighborhood quest? Okay.
If no one's going to do it, then I'm going to do it. I made a promise to those people that I would help
Then
them.
that's your promise.
They helped me.
Then you go do that.
So
Joe,
you
you
so what are
take
you gonna do
care
about the
of the
National Guard and the
You take care of the National
interstate highways?
Alright.
All right. Well, you're gonna try. Ooh. Okay. Cool.
I mean, do you
All
want
right.
to take care
Where
of
do you want
headquarters?
Where do you want me to
Yeah,
send
I got
Slipstream?
firearms. I got firearms
America.
skill.
We'll start with. We will start with the news station that's been overrun by mitoids.
It's me.
So there's all you get to the news station, and there's SWAT team. There would normally be a SWAT team here to handle this right now, but they're dispersed everywhere throughout the city doing different things. So you make it into the building, and security sees you and recognizes you as a Team Tomorrow member, and says there's 2 of them in the recording room, and they're threatening to kill everyone if they stop reading the manifestos.
All right. See what I can do. Any idea what guns they have? The positions?
The security guard says, I don't know anything beyond small arms, but what they had seemed military.
How many hostages?
About 6 if you include the sound guy.
Sorry, sound guys.
No love for them.
Well, it's a self-deprecating joke.
All right. Any entrance I can get into without them noticing?
You can take the stairs or the. It's not a very tall building where the broadcast studio is. It's on like floor 5 or 6, and from where you're at on the ground floor.
Mm-hmm.
There's also elevators you could take right into there, but the floor is probably being patrolled by other non-mitoid gang members.
All right, I'm gonna take the slow approach. I'm gonna take the stairs.
All right. You head up the stairs and you open the door to the 6th floor, and there is nothing in there. There's no one you see immediately. You just see this plain hallway with things on each side, and you see a glass-paneled recording studio in the corner with 2 super huge guys. One guy's got a sword and a gun in his other hand, and the other guy's got an axe and a gun and a grenade on a kill switch in his other hand.
Grenade on a kill switch. That makes things more difficult.
Like kill switch, he hits it, it goes.
No,
or
he
lets
lets it go and it blows up.
Okay.
And just pull.
And there's 2 other guys with guns that are patrolling around the perimeter, but they haven't seen you.
Great time to use the voice and fuck with them and let them fight each other would be my funny opinion.
Yeah,
I was
and
actually
then,
thinking that.
yeah, and
the
then
way
that
to
guy
solve this.
throws the grenade. That's a great idea.
This is a funny idea.
All right. Who seems to be the leader? Guessing the
It's
guy-
unclear. Probably the guy with the grenade, you're thinking.
Mhm.
No one seems to be giving orders. Just the new staff are sitting there sweating, looking at them and reading these like tirades.
All right. I'm going to only get the attention of one person
Okay.
so I can ambush them.
All right. How are you gonna do that?
I'm guessing there's like side rooms on
Yeah.
the floor.
There's side rooms that are offices on the floor. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go into one office that I'm right next to. Find a nice place. Find something that would make a lot of noise. So
Okay.
then I'm gonna.
All right. You find like a snow globe and you just throw it and just smash it against something. It makes a lot of noise.
I like how
The
we're
2
suddenly
guards.
playing Arkham
The
City.
2 guards immediately turn around and start looking in your direction and head that way. And the might guys nod and say, check it out.
All right, so both of them are coming in.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hide behind the door. I'm guessing the door opens inward.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna hide behind the door.
Okay. Roll.
Dex stealth.
Yes.
5 successes.
5 successes. They don't see you, and they enter the room, and they inspect the snow globe that's broken. They look at it, and they look around like looking for somebody. What are you gonna do?
All right. Got 2 knives out.
All right.
I'm going to jump out from behind the door and just throw him at the neck right here.
All right, that's going to be a difficulty. You want to specifically target a vital area.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's going to be an 8 difficulty and a 9 difficulty on the 2 rolls. But you have Dex accuracy, right?
I have Mega Dex. I have some experience points to get Mega Accuracy.
Oh, well, you can't buy it now.
No.
So nice try though.
Dex Athletics.
Yep. The first difficulty roll is going to be 8, and the second one's going to be 9.
All right. First one. That is 4 successes on that one.
All right.
Second one, difficulty 9, you said?
Yeah.
4.
Okay, so you add strength plus 1 damage plus 3 dice to both attacks, and add an additional 2 dice. So strength plus 6 dice. I'm sorry, 7 dice.
2, 4, 6, 7, strength. All right. Oh, mama.
Would your nephew be at Utopia right now?
I don't know. There might be a side site for.
7, 8.
All right, the first guy's dead. Roll the same roll again for the second guy. Okay.
4.
4.
Mm-hmm.
The second guy clings on to life, and he points at you, like as he's going down to the ground and bleeding. One of the mitoids, the one without the grenade, the one with the gun and the sword, crashes through the glass of the window and heads towards your where he pointed the position, and he just hacks through the door with the sword.
It'd be funny if you botch and the sword gets stuck.
Alright.
So what do I need to roll for soak?
I'm still calculating his damage. You need to roll me your lethal soak. You might die.
Is it?
I don't think we have any of our gear on us.
I always have.
The armored shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's 4.
Mm-hmm. But I know it's a long shot, but as I'm getting slashed, can I make it look like I'm dead if I don't die?
You don't have an action left to do that.
Alright. I need to roll 6.
6 or higher, yeah.
Yeah, I rolled 4, so all 4.
4 successes. You still take 4 lethal damage as the sword crunches through the wall and cuts right into you. And it is your turn.
Alright, going to
Need an action.
I know, I'm thinking, you think Mirage or Hollow would be best?
Mirage would probably be better. But remember, what are you at? Bruised? Injured? Maimed?
Maimed.
Are you maimed?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be minus 4 dice on your roll.
Oh.
But it's not a physical action, so you don't have to roll. You don't take a penalty, sorry. It's a mental action, so you roll your full roll.
So I'm going to Mirage him.
All right.
And the Mirage looks like he's, again, biggest fear just all around him.
Okay.
Just completely helpless.
All right.
Butterflies.
I was going to say, not the fluffy bunnies.
Sleeveless shirts. Jingly keys. Okay. For manipulation and mirage. Eight, 9, 10.
Yeah, he's completely miraged, and he starts screaming wildly. He loses his actions. It's your turn again. The mitoid in the room appears to be really confused. He starts to approach where your position is,
All right.
but not. He doesn't enter, he doesn't exit the broadcast room.
Is there any way everything I do except for my mirage ability is
The other thug with the gun that took 4 lethal is going to try to shoot you, and he fails. He actually drops his gun in the process. It shoots and it goes off wildly and spins under the desk.
Alright, I'm going to... Can I use my mirage to basically inflict physical pain on the guy?
Yeah, you have. If you have a higher than 3 mirage, you can make your illusions real.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
It's at 3.
it's at 3.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be higher than 3.
Oh, fuck.
He's trying to escape and run out of the room, but he doesn't know where to go. Are you just gonna attack?
Mm-hmm. I'm on the ground. I'll throw...
2 knives again.
Yep.
All right.
Dex Athletics, but -4.
Yep. Minus
Well-
4 dice.
Maimed, I'm -3.
Minus 3 dice. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna do 2, it's gonna be 7 and 8.
No, I'm just gonna...
Do 1.
Yeah, throw
6. Who are you throwing it at?
the 1. The guy that came out.
All right. So what'd you get?
I rolled 4.
4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
He takes 2 lethal damage. He is still mind fragged, and will be for the conceivable future. The other guy who's tried to shoot with the gun tries to come up and grab you, and he managed to get an arm on one of your sides, and he's bleeding all over you. It's your turn.
All right.
You can't throw with your other arm right now.
I know. Going to... Can I make a hollow illusion above the guy and just have the illusion? No, it doesn't do physical damage. It's only 3. Can't do that.
Keep in mind, your Mirage is using up like 3 quantum points a turn, so you
Mhm.
can't keep it up indefinitely.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna kill the guy that I'm mind fragging, so I'm gonna throw.
Alright. Alright, do the same attack.
Mm-hmm. Same roll. I got 4 successes.
4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, takes 2 more. Lethal. 3 more lethal. Yep. Alright, he tries to do something to you, but it's probably not gonna work. Yeah, he grabs on your other arm, and they're both trying to pull you down to the floor. The guy that's grabbing your other arm's trying to hold on, and he fails and slips to the ground. It's your turn.
Alright.
Because they're like seriously injured. They're just trying to like bring you down to the ground so they can stab you or something.
Alright. I'm still facing those 2 guys.
Yeah.
The one guy I stabbed. You got one guy who's mind fragged.
Yeah, they're both of the same health damage.
And what about the third guy?
He's dead.
He's just standing in the middle of the room with his hand on the grenade. He's not doing anything.
Alright. Well, I'm going to the one that's clinging onto me, I stab him.
All right, roll attack.
Strength, no dex melee.
Yep.
3 successes.
All right, the mitoid's dead.
Mhm.
The other guy, the other human with the gun who lost his gun, manages to pull you down to the ground with his own body weight. Just tosses you down. It's your turn.
Just stab him.
You gonna stab him? All right.
2 successes.
2. He is dead. All right, so he is incapacitated, not dead. But he is knocked out. All right. The guy with the grenade in the middle says, "You're making this. You're not accomplishing anything. I'm just gonna release my thumb, and then boom, everybody goes bye-bye. Now come on out."
Before I get out, I kill the guy.
All right.
Easily enough. He's incapacitated. He can't do shit.
Yeah.
Creator.
All right.
I get out.
Picking up your knives.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2.
I walk out.
He goes, all right, I got an ultimatum for yourself. Kill yourself or all these people die. 5, 4, 3.
I mirage it to make it look like I do it.
Okay.
I mirage him to make it look like I just killed myself.
Okay.
4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Ha!
9.
He actually did it. What a fucking moron. I didn't say you could stop reading the manifesto. Now keep going.
Now handcock him.
So he's not in that room still?
He's not paying attention to you. He's still in the broadcast room.
All right.
But you are effectively invisible to only him.
Mm-hmm.
The other people seem confused, but go along with it.
He's not paying attention to me?
No.
I walk up behind him. I'm going to stab him right here, but I know it's going to be difficult. Stab him right here with one hand.
Why don't you try to steal the grenade from him first?
That's what I was going to try to do.
Okay,
steal the grenade.
Right. Roll Death's Athletics to try to pry the grenade out of his hands.
Thank goodness he has super decks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mega Dex.
This is a big roll. I blow a point of willpower.
Jesus.
Did you spend a point of willpower?
Oh, I will spend a will.
You're supposed to do that before you roll, but I'll let you do it
All right.
after you roll.
Spend a,
This is like one of those things that you don't erase it. You just mark a spent point under it. It doesn't go away
Like
permanently.
a check. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
So that's 7 successes.
All right. You steal the grenade from out from under his hand, and he doesn't even see you, so he doesn't know what happened. And he's like, "What's going on?" And everybody in the broadcast tackles him immediately before he can shoot it. Before he can shoot him with a gun.
After that, I just kind of prop myself up against the wall on the floor. I'm like just holding it.
They immediately start just beating him senseless till he's like just a bloody pulp, and security storms in and handcuffs him, like twice because he's a mitoid. And the news staff immediately says, "We have just been saved by a member of Team Tomorrow. We will no longer have to read this manifesto." And they turn the camera right at you, and they're like, "Witness a true hero amongst us."
Covered in blood.
Covered in blood.
They start interviewing on the spot while giving him medical attention.
And
Thanks, guys.
and some. And
The
some
city's
sound-
tension goes down because no longer anyone's exposed to this ramblings. All
and
right,
some guy's just looking for the pin.
yeah.
Who's the sound guy?
Somebody find a kill switch.
Yeah.
Sound man Dan, get the pin.
They
So I can let go of this.
tape the grenade shut and they like to keep it down, and they throw it down the elevator shaft and like close their ears in case it explodes, and it doesn't. It's like the best. The incinerator shaft. That's like the best thing they could do, and they clear the building, like on that floor.
They threw a frag grenade into an incinerator shaft.
Yeah, it goes off. It's an old incinerator shaft. It's not used anymore. It's like a laundry chute kind of thing.
Okay,
You know what I
that's
mean?
better. That's
Yeah, they clear the floor. All right.
So while I'm getting medical attention, I'm like,
So
So
the
how long
revolution
will it
will
keep
not be televised. They have solved that problem. Now we're gonna go to who went to Utopia.
I did.
All right. So I guess we're just gonna go around the room this way.
Cool.
I'm going to apologize. Give me a quick rundown of Utopia's
think I would
situation.
die.
Utopia situation. There's at least 200 people rioting full force, throwing stuff at the Project Utopia building. Most of them are members of the 99s gang, or friends or families of the members of the 99s gang. And some mitoids are literally trying to climb the sides of the building to get in. There's security forces inside that are using rubber bullets to shoot people to knock them back and out.
Yeah.
And also, a couple of the Novas that you know from Team Tomorrow, they seem to have the situation under control and are like actually stopping the crowd from advancing, including Dale with his fish powers.
Dale Mansoray is finally carrying his weight, ladies and gentlemen.
He summons a big wave of water and pushes everybody back.
A mutoid just climbs up, reaches the window. He goes, slaps him in the side of the face with a cod.
Exactly.
Siege!
All
I'm
right.
so glad we installed those aquariums.
okay,
Roll a perception check, though.
My power's to weaponize any fish.
Hope you hit the mic.
It's okay.
sorry.
It didn't resonate.
Cool.
Good job, Condenser. You did your job.
during the interview, I like to say, take that Dale Mansoray.
2 successes?
2 successes.
Yeah.
So you see a familiar face waving to you from the 17th floor window. It's Moira. You see Slipstream warp in behind her, and they have a bunch of computers and files, and she smiles and jumps back and warps out.
I figured something like that was
Yeah, same here.
every time. So always have dirt on him since day one.
Boy tries to keep the human half of himself alive. He tries to do it. But every now and then the rage peaks out, and it's coming out right now.
The rage part's the most human part about him. What are you talking about?
All right. Ty, you make short work of repairing the roads with your shape power.
Oh no, I went to the town.
You went to the neighborhood.
You went to the neighborhood. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Because there was no one who was going there.
All right, you go to the neighborhood and you set up some like they don't have any defenses. They're on rooftops trying to like shoot down, and they see you approaching, and they're like, they start doing cover fire for you to get to their position.
I put up barricades, and if anyone tries getting close, I just sink them about a foot into the asphalt.
All right, you got it. You're just sinking people when they get too close. Now that the Novas showed up, they suddenly lose their nerve and start scattering.
Yeah, you want more? Come on! And I jump over the barricade and just start randomly blasting rocks out after whoever's running away.
The people in the neighborhood all start cheering and raising their guns and stuff up.
And on the radio, you hear,
So,
take that
come on,
Dale
you
Mansoray.
animals, you want to live forever? Let's do some good for this city!
The city's stability goes up plus 10 because you like effectively like one side of the city. This is all televised too from a reporter that's there. So it's inspired other neighborhoods to stand together.
I
against
rally the
this.
people, and
So
we
does that mean
get
Team
together
Tomorrow
and
said
And they say, "Hey, Wayne, aren't you the same guy that threw those grenades at Mr. 100? And
they
killed
were all
those
there for
people?"
the same reason.
What'd you say?
They were all there for the same reason.
It's like Project Utopia's going to fire you after this.
Don't worry, Hybrid might hire you.
All right.
And then
I rally the people to start going through the city and doing justice, I guess.
All right.
and
Okay.
Ty, over the radio, you hear, take that Dale Mansoray.
All right. The Void and Trackstar take care of rescuing people outside of
The baseball
the
stadium.
baseball stadium, like you anticipated. What were you working on, Joe?
I'm the Coast Guard, the deadliest of all.
Oh, you were trying to take care of the RPG guys?
Yep.
And
All
clear
right.
the roads.
This is my suicide mission.
Maybe, maybe not. You see a chopper that's just out of range of the RPG, hovering there with a gun pointed at people behind a barricade, and
7 for awareness, checking the area.
the people mover drives by rather quickly above you. Too quickly, you would say. In fact, it's moving people, and not on the inside of the people mover, on the outside of the people mover.
The people mower.
Well, at least we
Thump,
know,
thump, 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 thump. It runs over somebody and gets jammed.
at least we know the police precinct is fine.
Oh,
my
that's
mind
the
would
place
have-
we didn't go to.
No, we
Okay,
sent
I'm trying to
Ghost
remember
Light
who's
there,
our Sonic
but now
speed
he's not
person
there.
then.
Trackstar,
I forgot about him.
you want to call in somebody for help?
Well, no, I was just curious because the people mover you were talking about.
Oh, that's because Ghostlight is driving the people mover.
That's what I was wondering. That's why I put the awareness checking around too.
Wait, that didn't click?
He said,
When you
always
said
wa-
people mower,
Oh,
yeah, he said
sorry.
he always wanted to
I'm
drive the
too
people
busy-
mower, people mover.
Thinking about the situation. Okay. Is there still any major threats around?
just the two guys with the RPGs.
And where are they located?
So you're behind them. They haven't noticed you, and they have their sights trained on the helicopter that's trying to approach. But the helicopter that's approaching has a 50 cal gunner on the side, trying to shoot them and shooting out pot
Yeah,
shots
but
once
it's
in a
not
while.
that great shot.
Wait,
But
so what
you're-
kind of cover are these guys behind?
They're behind the rubble of a building they literally smashed to pieces with their mega strength.
And
And how far behind am I from them? I'm just
About
curious.
20 to 30 feet.
Execution style.
That's what I'm.
small building
Thinking.
in Detroit, broken down versus a 50 cal.
That'll hold for
They start shooting through the rubble trying to hit them,
Yeah.
but there's too much rubble. There's there's at least 4 feet of rubble in front of them.
It's the same thing of like combat in space. Can't the helicopter just go at it, stay a simple distance around it, and just move around?
You would think, but
Oh
you're
my-
being too smart for me.
You're being too smart.
If
I
only
rolled-
I had a radio.
I rolled, and this is what I wanted to do.
All
I
right.
draw out my 2 pistols,
Okay.
and I'm going for headshots. And I just rolled 310 babies. 3
tens.
tens. That's
Well, they don't
6
even see you,
successes.
so they don't get a dodge. So you get 5 extra successes on each
But it's a
attack.
flank side, though.
It doesn't matter. You get 5 extra
They-
successes to hit.
They didn't see you coming.
5
Yeah,
extra
that was
successes.
Yeah, so you get
Because
5
11.
plus 5 from your gun. Right? Is it gun 4 or 5?
Ladies and gentlemen, John Gregory Wick.
You put Magnum basically was 7 plus 1.
Oh,
It's a
no, that's
Glock.
the magazine. I'm talking about
Oh.
the damage.
Oh, the damage, it is 5d10.
So that's 10. So you got 10 dice on each of them.
This is going to be fun.
Splat.
Hopefully.
Finally, I can release my anger.
So does that mean that Team Tomorrow headquarters is safe now or no?
Relatively.
Alright.
With you helping out, yeah.
They'll get back to me, I guess.
Did you get at least
16.
not on? You don't need both guns. You shoot them both in the head with one shot.
Oh. I like to go 2 guns.
2 guns. They are dead. Dead.
I want to make
All
sure
right.
they're dead.
He holds
I didn't
them
think you
just-
guys would solve these problems that fast.
He holds them just right so they come out the eyes like
I
the
think
Dark
the
Saint
one that
style.
took the longest was
Just
me.
gotta hold them like this.
Yeah.
I just basically I'm just in my doctor form, and I just pull out the 2 conceals, and I just
All right.
blaze it.
Okay. The situation in the city dies down now that the emergency services can enter and the people in neighborhoods are taking back their own streets, and Mr. 100's bizarre manifesto is no longer being broadcast.
What was it saying, by the way?
That basically Team Tomorrow and Project Utopia are the ultimate gentrifiers, and they're taking the city away from the people.
Basically, one starts a revolution, pretty human to take over
exactly.
again.
He's a communist. He thinks he's Che Guevara. Well, he thought he was Che Guevara.
But we fucked him
But
up
now
too
his
well.
thoughts are all over everywhere.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
over there, and up there.
You
Unfortunately,
could say his thoughts have moved on.
about 3 or 40 different people.
Yeah.
Gun blazing, time to put on the shades.
So rebuilding the city from the disaster takes some time, but the mayor is proud to report only a small fraction of the population followed Mr. 100's dogma and engage in criminal activity. The overwhelming majority of Detroiters, spearheaded by Novas from Team Tomorrow, managed to push back the threat and keep the streets safe. The mayor holds a press conference and shows all of you, minus you, as shining examples.
I'm not going to be there because I'm here.
You're not going to be there?
I'm not going to be there.
You're
I'm
not gonna be
still
there
hiding
either?
my identity.
I'm in the hospital.
All right. He highlights you as an example of a Nova that without him, the city would not be in a great shape.
I'm not going to be there because I'm helping rebuild.
Yes.
Literally pick shit up, put it
Okay,
down.
gotcha. However, the mayor does something in his speech that starts to scare you. We must control the Nova threat from within and without. Now, I realize that most of these rioters weren't Novas, but they were using the ability of Novas. And this scares us. This should scare us. This is a problem that keeps happening with Novas who don't see the light of Project Utopia and don't see what's benevolent and right with law and order. It is for that reason I have authorized a new package of a SWAT division entirely devoted to fighting might users and low-tower Novas called the NTF, the Nova Task Force. This task force is civilian oversight and has Nova members on the board to make sure the rights of Novas aren't being infringed. He displays one of the Nova board members, and it's the guy with the swirling faces and changing voices, and he waves his hand.
That motherfucker.
He announces himself as Agent Reginald Watts and makes an impassioned speech that the crowd seems to respond to with enthusiasm. One of his most important promises is to end the vigilante system of justice that many independent Novas espouse. Only by siding with Utopia, he says, can Novas work for a better future.
When he says that part,
Everyone erupts into applause.
when he says that part, I'm in the hospital bed watching, and I just say to myself, no one else can hear it. I just go, fuck.
Can you say his name again? Agent Reginald?
Agent Reggie Watts.
It's just
Reginald
easier to
Watts.
say Watts.
Wait, I shouldn't call it Reginald Watts. Reggie Watts is a comedian. We'll call him Terrence Watts.
Terrence Watts.
Yeah, Reggie Watts is a comedian. That's where I got it from. We're not making funny musical comedy here. All right.
Okay.
So
get
Terrence
that down.
Watts. You recovering in the hospital. He stops by
actually
and
come
just
and help.
heals you. Back to normal.
Use my little hands. As a paladin would say.
Yeah.
No sexual
Ty,
innuendos, please.
you are summarily fired from Project Utopia for using actions that are egregious and against the protocols of Project Utopia's goals.
They're going to hunt you down.
AKA, you should take
You
a
are
nerve
not
shot.
being charged with murder, but you are being charged with negligent homicide. But the Detroit Police Department, the Attorney General for the city, decides not to pursue those charges in the lights that you did stop Mr. 100. But you are like severely restricted, like your rights are.
All right.
Sorry to break it to you.
No, that's fine. I panicked and made a stupid decision. I should be punished for it.
Yeah.
Greatly punished. In the
Shut
way.
your mouth.
Meinstein says when you pack up your stuff and you're kicked out of your office, Meinstein stops you and says, we're still on for Thursdays, right? Look on the bright side. This might give you a chance to explore things more efficiently.
All depends on if I make it to Thursday.
To the what? Yeah, I lost your...
All depends on whether I make it to Thursday or not.
Yours. We'll see. Keep in touch.
Could you take care of my dog for a bit?
Of course.
I hand him the small box that I have full of Larzy's effects. His chew toys.
You're given a very generous severance package that you assume is to make you not talk about anything. So your resources should be good for a while.
Ghost, I just got a sidekick, ladies and gentlemen.
It's funny you should say that because, you guys want to do anything till Thursday rolls around?
I want to visit my nephew. See how he's doing.
He is in Toronto at the Youth Academy for young novas, and you want to talk to him like over a Skype call or something?
No, I want to go and visit him personally.
All right, you go and visit him. He goes, man, this place is great, and the girls in the uniforms.
Ah, yes, mini skirts for everyone. Once I'm the Fuhrer.
So I'm gonna.
He goes, the food's even good.
Because I'm an uncle.
I saw what happened in town.
So?
You guys are real heroes.
Well, except that one guy.
Yeah, I don't know about him. That was pretty insane.
He's a dick.
I'm gonna just look at him. I'm gonna just. In times of panic, heroes are. Sometimes we make dumb decisions, but a real hero owns those decisions. And I'm going to do what every uncle out there has probably done at some point, and I'm going to pull out of one of my pockets 2 beers, and I'm going to crack one open and I'm going to hand one to him.
All right, he downs it with you. It doesn't do anything to him, but he's like, thanks, Hunk.
Yeah, he's just 15, so I just look at him and just, shh.
Oh, this tastes horrible. Why do people drink this?
I don't know, kid.
It's just, I'm just going to be there of, and as he's drinking it with me, I'm just going to look at him, pat him on the shoulder, and say, you're going to be a good kid.
Thanks.
Just keep your head on straight.
He goes, this is like that time we went fishing on Lake Huron.
Yeah.
I like that.
We
Yes.
should go fishing again sometime.
Yeah, next break. It's a couple weeks.
You know, both of us have, at least I do, both of us are pretty strong nowadays. Maybe we can try noodling out sometime.
Maybe.
I was about to say, I pictured Lloyd fishing. His line just breaks. He just dives in and starts wrestling a massive cod.
Just, here I am pulling a muskie out by the gills.
More like a giant sturgeon.
Oh my god, it would be.
Anybody else want to do anything? Is there anything else you want to do while you're there?
I was gonna do something like
I'm going
more
to-
of these- Go ahead, Evan.
I'm sorry.
While you're there on the news, like you guys are watching TV while you're visiting, they have the funeral for Slider, and her boyfriend Corbin, who is implicated in her murder.
The guy that we know ran to the Aberrant, right?
Yeah, he apparently runs the Aberrants, or starting the Aberrants.
Right.
He's giving a speech, like a eulogy, and he breaks down halfway through it. He runs off stage, and a bunch of news reporters chase after him, and he just vanishes into thin air.
Oh, that was one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to let some of the police folks know where I buried Rouge's body.
Like, why'd you do that?
Why?
That's a little suspicious, they say. You tell Hankins this, and he's like,
Yeah.
why'd you do that? And that's got murder all over it.
Because even as a Nova.
We'll retrieve it. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, the reasoning is even as a Nova, as a person, they deserve some. They don't just deserve to get left out there.
Yeah, he says, but next time, just call and we'll get the cleanup crew to come pick her up.
All right.
But as I was saying, I'm going to keep my wall rider business on the down low for a bit
Yeah.
after that speech.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna do some more researching, seeing if Meinstein came up with anything, like any breakthroughs or, no, actually that's for Thursday. I actually continue to still do more research of basically my powers, capabilities, and then I pretty much just do is I just train myself.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
All right. So all your health heals up by the time that you meet up on Thursday?
Well,
And,
before
Sure.
on my way out of the headquarters, if I happen to pass by Marissa, if she tries saying anything or whatever, I just simply give her, I stop her from saying anything and just simply say, I'm sorry, I couldn't be the hero that you idolize so much.
She shakes your hand and she stuffs something in your palm.
Once I leave the building and I think I'm out of the view of any cameras, I give it a look.
It's her phone number, like her private phone number. And it says, if you need anything, call. I think you're a hero.
I take my pension and any and all money that I have and do my best over the next 2 or 3 days to track down the families of the people that I killed. And I leave anonymous
Donations.
donations.
Your resources go down to 1.
Did a good thing, Ty. Good job.
And then
When you're doing that and you drop off your last payment, is there, what else did you want to do? You were about to say something.
whatever money that I have left, I buy an obscene amount of alcohol and wait in my apartment with a chair sitting towards the door with a pistol with the U-fiber bullet in my
God.
hand and wait for NTF to bust down the door for whatever day until the day right before Thursday.
Strangely, you just get a knock on the door, a friendly knock.
At this point, I am just horribly inebriated. Open it.
Mr. Sattler, can you open the door, please?
It's unlocked.
He opens the door and an agent walks in, a guy with a long black tie, dark suit, and another agent behind him, both with badges around their neck, come in and talk to you. And they look at the gun on your side and they say, interrupting something important, sir.
Not at all. Go ahead, take a seat.
They sit down in front of you. You know, we heard you've been ousted from Project Utopia.
Yeah?
We don't think you did anything wrong.
I do.
Why is that?
I killed people.
They both look at each other and says, we understand your pain, sir.
Do you?
But death in the line of duty is part of the job.
The only death that should exist within the line of duty is your own for the sake of saving others.
They look at each other and they nod. And they hand you a clipboard with a form on it and an informational pamphlet. We're running a special operation for Novas not unlike yourself. A chance to redeem yourself and serve your country.
I think back to the last meeting on Thursday and remember the name that Moira gave me of the organization that's been working out of Utopia.
Proteus? They don't seem to know what you're talking about. We work for an organization known as the Directive.
What's that? The Men in Black? You certainly look.
They look at each other and they answer, quite frankly, yes. We handle things that are beyond the purview of normal military intelligence operations.
And why do you want me?
Because we believe you've learned the importance of discretion. Also, because your psych eval come up, well, bad, but...
As of late.
Yes. But you seem to understand the value of human life, which is more than most novas.
I'm going to give a correction to you. It's not that I value human life. I value life on this planet.
Good. So do we. We are looking for people that can be surgical, precise, precision.
Kind of a big thing you're asking of a guy who can make small earthquakes.
Because we can train you to be better, to focus your powers and abilities. Use them in a way that would be more subtle. And more importantly, if you really want us to, we could get you reinstated in Utopia.
No. No, I don't deserve that.
Maybe someday you will.
I'm listening.
They have a long conversation with you, and they basically explained that MI6, the CIA, the KG, the FSB, all of them are under the same banner now. They're just called the Directive. All of the intelligence agencies of the United States and all of its supposed enemies and allies have united to defend the human race from evil novas, as they call them. Aberrations, specifically.
Like Oracle and
Oh, so you've met her.
yeah. And apparently she talks a lot about her boyfriend, Divis Maul.
Goes, yes, we've heard of him in rumors and secrets, nothing more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. We don't have many novas on our side. We can use anyone that is willing to fight for us. And keep in mind, this would be in service for your country. We're not going to give you haphazard rules and regulations. We're not going to give you structure and paperwork to fill out. Things that must be done must be done.
I'm not an agent. I'm a soldier.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
Do I have time to think?
Take all the time you need, and he pulls out a business card, and call this number if you need anything, including an extension on your rent. We're willing to wait.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless America.
America! Clean and free!
Flies out of the window.
As soon as they close the door and I hear their footsteps traveling down the hall and opening the door to exit the building, I quickly go, oh, thank God. Quickly lean over and lurch and just violently vomit. The next day, around 2 in the afternoon, once I wake up with my hangover, I head to the neighborhood where I did some work.
Yep.
And I find Tyrone.
Okay. He welcomes you back. He goes, my friend.
Tyrone?
It was a pleasure seeing you the other day.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. All those bitches that were in front of fucking Mr. 100, they got what was coming to them.
I need you to do me
He
a
cracks his knuckles.
I need you to do me a favor, Tyrone.
You got it. Anything.
I need you to get in contact with any other people like you. Bad, good, illegal, legal, criminal, or otherwise. And tell them that there needs to be a Four Corners meeting. Jeff's this Thursday.
I can do that.
And
What about?
I take the bullet I was going to shoot myself with, and I put it into his hand. making sure something like this never happens again.
He goes, this is an anti-nova bullet, isn't it?
Yep.
Are you saying we should have more of these?
I'm saying that things are going to get a lot crazier than this. There is a war coming, and we need to be ready for it.
Okay. He agrees with everything you're saying and listens to you.
But I'm going to need that back. I can't have that, going anywhere.
He gives it back to you.
Thank you.
Are you saying you agree with the directive? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
Yep.
I'm thinking. Motherfuckers, I'm thinking. Give me a few days to think.
Okay, all right.
I'm just getting all the...
Anybody else going to do anything before Thursday?
You had something to say? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was also gonna. One, I want to see the reaction I get when I'm walking outside after that.
Everyone's like, yeah! Woo! Your action figure sales are way up.
Action figures.
How my baseball cards doing?
Good.
Awesome.
Really good. Not as good as the Void and Track Stars. Like, they've been inducted in the Baseball Hall of Fame for their services in defending America Park.
Well, Superhero Hall of Fame. There's
No, like they have honorable mentions in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I
Good job, guys.
Okay, so how did Hankins take everything with me?
He didn't speak to you.
Yeah.
He didn't even say a word to you.
Cold shoulder him?
you.
Yeah, he cold shouldered you.
Death glare.
Probably because he might agree with what you did, but can't officially say that.
I call Marissa on her personal cell. And
Hey, how are you?
I've
been worried about you.
Yeah, me too. I need you and Hankins to meet me at Jeff's Coney Island on Thursday.
Okay, I probably can't get Hankins, but I can be there myself. Hey, do you want to come over? Talk? We can go to Fishbones.
That's my fucking
I can use
place.
someone to talk to.
Alright. You go over there and you cry for a lot, and like,
And they burnt my car! And I killed people!
It's okay. It's okay. We can get you a new car, and those people were bad people, so don't worry about it. I think you're a hero. Mm-hmm.
Another thing I want to do, James, is I want to get my illusions to the point where it does physical damage.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Okay.
I really don't know what to do there. Honestly.
There's
you crash at her place for a while. Nothing sexual happens.
Thank God. Okay,
Because she doesn't want to make things confusing with you.
Yeah.
But you crash at her place for a while. She cooks for you, makes you breakfast, makes sure you're changing your clothes and
I
stuff.
love omelets.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the clothes
make sure
I've been
that
wearing for the
make
past
sure that
4
you're
days,
okay.
covered in blood.
Exactly. Takes you out to eat, takes you to get some new clothes, and covers pretty much all the bases to get you back on your
You
feet.
sound like you need to go to
There's one
rehab
thing that I would
center.
like to do.
I killed
sure.
40 plus people.
It's 60, actually.
No, he killed 40 people.
Oh, I thought it was 60. Oh, well.
Because he lethal blasted through a bunch of them. Like, he literally splattered a bunch of
You
them.
just laughed at me when you thought it was 24 more people who just
You
died.
realize I'm the character that basically has, no emotions. Whether if they die, they die. Or if they need healing.
Thank God he's not prenatal.
God.
I'm the dark
Would you
character.
eat the children? Dear
What?
God.
Hold on, Austin's trying to tell me something.
I'm
Alright.
gonna call up Joey's old principal,
Alright.
and I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna come in for that chat that you were asking for.
Excellent. All right, they do a whole assembly with you and talk about he's one of the heroes that saved Detroit, and everybody's like, yay, and you give your whole hey kids, don't do drugs,
I'm
stay
gonna
out of
turn it
gangs.
around.
Turn around.
I'm going to turn it around as soon as the whole drug thing starts. I'm going to turn it around and ask them what they think I'm gonna ask like 6 different people. Who do they call a hero?
Like, okay, who they call a hero? Some people say like the cops. Some people say my dad. Somebody says some gangbanger that lives down the street from him.
Yeah, he can make a boombox go blah 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 blah.
Somebody else says Superman, but it like goes. But I guess Superman would be real now, wouldn't he?
Cestus Pax.
Yeah, Cestus. So a couple people say Cestus Pax.
And I'm gonna stop and turn around, and I'm gonna point to the people who said police, their parents, anyone who mentioned the teachers. I'm gonna point to them. You all have the right idea.
Okay, you give a pretty inspirational speech.
All right.
The school thanks you for your time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to teach them that a hero is a person who does the right thing.
Yep. All right. So Thursday rolls around. Well, before Thursday rolls around, you get a knock on your door. That Thursday, but not at night, and you get a knock on your door as you're crashing at Marissa's place.
After she's like out at work, I'm just
it's Ghostlight, and he's wearing civilian clothes.
What do you want?
He goes, "Hey, can we talk for a minute?"
Mm-hmm.
He comes inside. He's wearing like a polo shirt and like khakis. It's like he looks like a completely different person.
You look gay as hell.
And outside he's driving a rental car. He's like, "Hey,
where's the bike?"
It's stowed away for a while. Hey, you haven't seen any like mysterious black vans or silent black helicopters, have you?
It's already started.
Because they've been following me anywhere, and I can't do any meaningful crime fighting, so I had to take a job at Pop Copy. Apparently this shit don't pay for itself anymore.
Well, isn't this unfortunate?
Goes, yeah, dude, they're following everybody, except for you. Why is that? Looks at you really sternly. He activates precognition.
Saw that coming.
He's like, they approached you.
They might have. No really use hiding it from you. You know, someone who could see into the past. Someone who could go to any single crime scene, look at any gangbanger, and see anything and everything that they've ever done, and know where the evidence is. You could have found it. You had every opportunity and every right to look and prove that these people did the bad thing, and you could have done it by the book, but you chose not to.
I think he looks at you and goes, I don't think I know you anymore. And he opens the door and he takes a few steps through it and he goes, see you around. Closes the door.
Goodbye, Ghostlight.
Goodbye.
Ding.
Dun, 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 dun.
Exactly.
I go back to watching the news and feeling rather shitty and depressed about what happened. Trying to get over everything.
As you do, your phone suddenly dings and $3,000 have been deposited in your account. Your resources go back up to 2.
I don't like these people.
I don't know. They're kind of speaking a language,
To you.
and I'm bilingual. But I'm.
All right, so Thursday rolls around. You had this big conference you wanted to have with these leaders of the different parts of the city. And where did you tell them to meet? Where did you tell them to meet you?
Jeffs County, I believe.
In the parking lot outside Jeff's County.
All right.
And at which point I'd then invite them in.
All right, a bunch of different people show up. The leader of the Chaldean Mafia is there. The leader of the Tyrone, the guy you talked to, is there. The Italian mobsters are there, like a couple of them. Like they're all there with people in trucks ready to blow each other away if they have to. but they see that a Nova's called them here, and they're like, what's the idea? What's going on?
Inside. We'll talk there. I've got a guy that'll make sure that no one can listen in on it.
All right, they all
Coney Dog's on me.
they each sweep the entire area before going in, and then they all go in.
Tyrone, good to see you. Thank you for this. I know this was a big ask.
They owed me a favor.
Every mob in the city owed you a favor?
Let's just say that one of my guys didn't flip because he got dead.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyone else who came to the Thursday meeting?
I think we're all there.
Yeah.
We should be all there. I'm like looking.
Meinstein's like freaking out. He's like, I know who these people are. Why are they here?
Calm down, calm down.
I walk and
I'm
I
doing
look
the
at
same
that.
thing. Like,
Ghostlight does not show up.
I look at you. I'm like,
Because we all need to have a little chat.
And I'm just
Because we all need to be on the same fucking page.
When I go to walk and I look and I'm like, oh,
Just sit
close the
down.
door, look around, open it back up.
There's me. Don't worry, I got your stack of Coney dogs in the corner. You have your own little corner booth.
I just
Roll
go
with it.
I thought
I just go to
business
the
hours
bar.
were closed. Why are there so many people here?
I-
Hey, Marissa.
They were invited.
And
Why are they-
one of
why is she
the
here?
mobsters goes, the leader of the Chaldean Mafia goes up to you and goes, hey, you're the guy that killed Mr. 100.
Yes, and? Problem?
And everybody else starts clapping. Like, you have no idea the amount of competition you've removed from the south side.
Shut your mouths!
Goes, you ever talk to me again, I will cut you.
I will sink you into the earth and have you suffocate.
Now, Tyrone says, everybody calm down, calm down. A bunch of people reached for their guns. Now, what is it that you brought us here to say?
What happened last week is horrible. We all lost something. Business, men, firepower, someone stole someone's money, or someone's fake business where they were trying to sell manure, but turns out there was actually chunks of people stuck in it that made it so good. I'm looking at you, Italians. But I will not be pointing any more fingers at this meeting other than that. What I'm going to be saying is that something much bigger is at work here. Something that is going to trounce all over every single one of you, and regardless of whether you do good or do bad, or some weird combination of both, Chaldeans, you're going to get fucked. Because someone's going to come in with a piece of paper that says that they can do whatever they want, because they've got the government jurisdiction. Shut up, Gregory. To do it. And the simple fact of the matter is that Novas are going to be at the forefront of it. Good Novas, bad Novas. Nukes are going to be tossed around in the street, and they have legs, they have arms, and they can think.
Tell us something we don't know, they all say.
The fact that I'm willing to give you what it takes to defend yourselves.
And that would be?
U-fiber ammunition.
Anti-Nova weapons, they say.
Yes, as you all say unanimously. Good job. You can all see. The average intellect in here has just skyrocketed. It's amazing.
Quit the patronizing and talk more, says the leader of the Russian mob.
Yeah, I get it. The fact of the matter is that Project Utopia has restrictions. The fact of the matter is that even though some of us don't go by the books very often,
I thought you looked at me for a second.
and others of us
Hey, I'm just
don't care very often, we all can't be everywhere at once. The fact of the matter shows. During the riots, first of all, we were at one place. Then we all split up. A couple of us almost died because of it. If there were enough of us, we could have stopped every single catastrophe and bad thing that happened.
The Russian guy again says, get to the point. Why is this our problem? You guys hunt us down and try to stop our operations. Why should we care what you think?
Because if we don't do it, someone else a lot bigger, stronger, and smarter than us will.
Like who?
Cestus Pax, the government, any number of subcontracted militias or bodyguards.
DeVry's elites, says one of the guys.
Exactly. Or some undercover organization within Project Utopia itself, for all you know.
One of them mutters something.
For all I know. I'm going to be using my super perception, listening in on that.
He says Proteus. Like he knows what it is.
I'm going to make a mental note before he leaves, just to pull him aside and give him a good talking after I'm done with my speech. And the fact of the matter is that I need all hands on deck with an equal understanding of what this all adds up to. I am willing to give everyone here a hand if they can give me a hand.
What are you proposing?
You'll have what you need to protect your individual districts, dwellings, and businesses. But in return, you only use them for that when the time comes. The moment I hear any word that any of it comes down, I will reach into the foundations of wherever you reside, wherever any of your loved ones reside, and I will collapse them inwards.
They all start talking to each other. The guy that muttered Proteus flicks his fingers around a cigarette and lights it on fire with just a snap of his fingers and takes a long drag.
Now you can get on board, and you can listen, and we can work together. Or you can get out.
Okay,
You all have the option.
where are these weapons you're telling us to get? How can we get our hands on them?
They're currently being developed and manufactured. It may take some time, but we can get you a small, manageable supply.
And what's in it for you?
The fact that I don't have to be everywhere at once. The fact that I don't have to have stress.
Oh.
The world on my shoulders.
The Italian guy goes, oh, it's like the deal we got with the cops to keep things in-house more. And they all say, okay, we get it. We can live with that. The Russian guy thinks for a long time. He says, "Niet, we would go our own way." And he walks out.
Then we come after you first.
He goes, "I'd like to see you try." He takes a big puff of a cigar out in the thing and keeps walking. The guy with the cigarette that mentioned Proteus thinks for a long, long time.
I am angry eating conies in the corner.
I already figured it out 2 weeks ago with the Russians.
At a center
You.
table, I don't say a goddamn word.
You're undecided,
Well, you see, I have a significant problem.
which is,
You're trying to sell anti-Nova weapons to a Nova.
and
Because I'm not sure how I feel about killing my own kind.
well, when
Correction. I'm not sure how I feel about you.
when some guy like Duke Core Baron comes down the street and irradiates an entire city block and then blasts apart whatever you care about, you'll probably be thinking differently, won't you?
Because it doesn't really affect me much.
Why's that?
He rolls up a sleeve and he's got a Terrigen tattoo on his arm. And he pulls it back down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest issue we have. Duke Core Baron, The Flash, Oracle, Slipstream, and anyone and everyone who is in the Faustus Club. Just like him. Same people that want to ruin everything. This great, beautiful country that we all call home. The entire world, in fact. And want to be on top. Supersede all of your seats of power simply because he has something you don't.
Yeah. Fuck him, says one guy from Mexican town. And he decides I'm with you. And the Italians agree. The guy with the cigarette who mentioned Proteus says,
Now, you can choose not to be on board with this. I understand. You are a Nova. I'm sure you have other Novas that can do work for you. But it comes down to the fact that if you start fighting them in the streets, someone much bigger than you will come and stop it. There's always a bigger fish.
have you met Diva Small? I have.
And
Cestus Pax will be broken.
that doesn't matter.
To you.
Get on the ship or get off.
If you're going to be that direct about it, I definitely don't want to get on the ship. And he walks out.
And do tell Oracle. Have fun. The game is afoot.
Says, war's coming whether you like it or not, bub. He just walks out.
And I intend to be ready. So, how are you guys doing?
Angrily eating coney dogs still.
All the mobsters dissipate, and they all leave you information on who to contact with who. None of them give their personal information, but who, like their handler people, they give you their information for.
With as much respect I can muster, I give them greetings and
they say there's no full agreement until you provide what you said you were going to provide.
That's fine.
Tyrone says, well, that's a thing.
Yep.
Just remember who you owed this meeting to when you're distributing those weapons first.
I know I'm getting it to you first. You're the ones I trust most.
Good. He gets 2 coney dogs to go and leaves.
People always come first.
Yep.
And there's an awkward, let's say, minute-long silence once the door closes, and I turn to everyone and say, okay, now you guys can ridicule me for what I just did.
Yeah, there's multiple questions going through my head. First of all, why are we protecting the mobs?
I'm not protecting anyone.
Why are you giving weapons to the mob? That's a better question right there.
Because quite simply, I don't want to have to deal with 100 other mitoids running down the street.
But you're giving Nova weapons to the people that for the last few years are the ones that have caused half the problems that we've had to take care of.
They're going to get it eventually, regardless of how this turns out. Whether the police gets them first, if the NTF has them
They
first.
own half the police. You just heard one of them say it.
Exactly. So if they're going to get it eventually anyways, then why don't we just expedite the process? Get the problem out front and in center and deal with it directly.
Einstein says, you're insane. Your actions are going to kill tons of crime-fighting Novas.
Who's going to be the one to deal with it? You?
Crime
Who's giving
fighters like
weapons to deal
Ghostlight?
with you?
Crime fighters
No.
like him?
No, like Project Utopia goody-goodies, like Trackstar and The Void.
Speaking of Milestone, how's that Aberrant thing going?
Good. Corbin called me today, which is what I came here to talk to you about. Because apparently the NTF are targeting a friend of yours named Ghostlight. If we use him as bait, we might be able to expose part of the problem with Project Utopia. Get it out in the open, publish it. Then they can't hide it anymore.
It's already out, though.
What is?
NTF. And Ghostlight is a wanted killer. We go, we intervene, something happens, they switch it around on us just as simply as we would bring it out into the light. This is something that
But
transcends...
our audience isn't everybody. Our audience is other Novas. We're trying to warn them that Utopia is not what it seems.
That's fine. But we're the minority here.
For now. I don't know. What do you think? You're a reasonable person.
Has anybody ever read the Civil War comics? Because clearly this is where it's going. And two, the Mafia, I see that you could probably use them as kind of a resource, but also a distraction that kind of basically buys time.
Playing with a double-edged sword with them.
Exactly.
And when I get cut with it,
But
I'll deal
the
with
thing is, for most of the smart Novas right now, is to stay out of this bullshit as long as they can until they have to be brought into the game. So my only reaction is, who do we support? And like we said with the Aberrants, that may be our goal is basically to see what they're doing, because obviously NTF is right now going to be the main force.
Did you just say that we should wait for the war?
No, I'm saying basically the smart ones are
What
going
war?
to wait.
My sign's like, there's no guarantee there's going to be a war. I'm just after the truth. You sound like you're prepared. You sound exactly like the Terrigen, just in a different way.
What if I do?
He goes, well, then I'm not sure if I want to work with you anymore. I mean, one of the NTF has something to do with Utopia. We have to prove it. If we bring it to light, then the powers that be in the government will realize that there's a shadow government doing everything. You think the common people are going to be happy that the directive exists?
Look, I'm all about Project Utopia's forward goal of making a good world. But the idea of this whole task force is a little extreme, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It is.
And you're just accelerating. You're just adding fuel to that fire.
Now, the other thing is, maybe the fact that somebody already gathered the three and have talked about the Uber Fiber Bullet and how getting resources mean that somebody among our group has been contacted by a directive.
What?
I'm talking about you.
No, I'm asking out of character. What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
What I'm
leap of
saying is
logic
basically he's talking about getting all these weapon and resources, and we already know basically from our past meeting that they're coming from basically they're Nova created.
Yeah, and we also talked to Meinstein.
Yeah, I think
during
that's a
research.
stretch. I don't think you can make that logical leap. your
Yeah,
character.
because Meinstein specifically told us that there was a guy who he could contact about making the materials to make.
Speaking of
things
which,
out
I
of
talked
bullets.
to him.
How'd that turn
Alright.
out?
I have the sneaky suspicion he's making them. His answers were very vague, which is very unlike him. I had the feeling he couldn't talk on the phone freely.
Yeah, at least have a name for this individual.
His name's Hardtech. That's his Nova name.
Alright.
He's a material engineer turned Nova. Super smart like me, but different. He's invented an advanced Nova armor, which was supposed to be standard equipment for all Project Utopia, but suddenly that went down the drain too. Little suspicious. You have a soul, unlike the other people in this group. What do you think?
I haven't said anything
Yeah.
this entire time.
I was saying, I think if anyone has a conscience here, it's me. Shit.
He wasn't saying that to you. He's just like, are we all going to react to this like robots? I mean, really? Don't we have the duty to provide the truth to the people?
We do,
I don't know.
and I'll go along
I
with that.
just don't want to be
I
working
guess.
with the people that I've been killing for the past years.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, we still gotta talk about that.
Maybe we should just have a vote Einstein says. Who thinks this mafia thing's a good idea?
I clearly don't raise my hand. I know it's a horrible idea. But it's, in my mind, the best idea.
Who's opposed? Einstein raises his hand. Jeff raises his hand.
Jeff, you're gonna get a bonus tip out of me tonight.
Good conies, Jeff.
Although I prefer pancakes.
Then
I
you can
will-
get the fuck out.
Man, I will throw a spoon at you. That is a deadly weapon in my hands.
I'd like some waffles.
He makes some waffles for you.
Thank you. That was mostly meant as a joke initially, but I can't exactly stop you from just going like...
All right. So the things eventually wind down. You guys kind of just don't talk the rest of the night, which is unusual. And Ty eventually leaves to go hang out with Marissa again at her house.
Well, I apologize to her.
All right. Well, you go talk to her at her house. But when he leaves, someone walks in. And now we are officially winging
I have a
it!
feeling the person walking in is
I
probably
have
gonna be
reached the
somebody we know.
point where we are at the end of the script, but I have ideas of what's going to happen next. So it's an hour of winging it.
Nice.
Oh boy. It's a freaking Terrigen or it's Ghostlight just in a fucking
No,
photo.
it's not.
No,
The person looks vaguely familiar to you,
To me?
Austin. Yeah, Lloyd.
Nephew? Principal?
If your nephew was older and his arm's been replaced by a cybernetic implant,
Oh shit.
says, "Hey, Unc, I think it's about time we had a conversation about your friend."
I thought your nephew was 17.
I was. At this time.
Did we just get fucking cabled?
Yes, you did.
You are
Yeah. It's Arc Night now.
The fuck?
Can I just
Hold
say,
up, hold up.
awesome name.
There
I
can
love
only be
it.
one Arc Knight. Well, I mean, Arc in it. I'm Archangel, but you're Arc Knight, so that's okay.
I picked it up after you died.
When did I die?
It was about 3 years from now. There's a war coming. Billions die. Billions. I'm trying to stop it.
You want to elaborate on that, son?
It's called End Day.
He just keeps looking at me. He just keeps looking
And your
at me.
friend, Alan,
Yeah.
he's on one of the sides that makes things worse.
Tell us something that we didn't know already.
He goes, the Terrigen, the directive, it doesn't matter. Everything goes to hell.
So I'm going to ask you a quick question here. You know a catalyst for this that we can put an end to, or are you just giving us hints?
Ending the supply of anti-nova weapons is definitely something that will make the war end quickly and prevent it from turning into what it turns into. And he describes to you a world where billions are dead. The United States, as you know it, ceases to exist. The Russians are practically ceased to exist. The Chinese are the world's one-ranking superpower, and they achieve this by targeting nukes at the entire planet and saying, "Leave or we execute the entire world."
Damn them fucking Chinese.
That's End Day.
So not only is Mad Max going on, but so
I
is Metro.
left in the final hours of End Day before seeing whether the nukes go off or not.
Spoiler warning, they don't.
I'm glad that you're safe in a sense. God damn it.
There is an organization inside of Project Utopia, but I know who we can get rid of to make it not happen.
You're
Is it gonna
talking
be our
about
friend?
The directive, right?
Talking about Proteus.
Yeah.
He goes, but your friend, he's dangerous.
So you're telling me that we take him out along the way?
I'm telling you that there's still time to convince him that he's wrong.
All right.
Quick question: what happens to me in the future?
He goes, you're a passer, he says. So I don't really know what happens to you.
Just the way I like it.
Like, he explains what he means by passer. He means a Nova that can pass for a human easily. He can't.
It sounds like me.
But I'm just curious about what was my cause of death.
He goes, when a Nova who thought he was the incarnation of Jesus Christ self-detonated over Omaha, Nebraska, causing a massive cascade event of events that destroyed all the arable land in the United States and killed almost everyone with a plague.
That does not sound like me. Mindset is not like that, but alright.
You know, he goes, you died as collateral damage to that event.
Probably trying to stop it.
Trying to stop it.
I can see that.
Who are we after, Joey?
He goes, I tried to help you. I lost an arm to the infection.
And I greatly salute your efforts.
We can still change that. We can stop everything from happening. Wait. Says, did you hear that?
Roll some perception here.
Perception awareness.
Sweet. 7.
Okay.
I got 1.
I have 4.
7.
7.
I'm rolling good.
Somebody just warped in from outside, from the sounds of it. It sounds like a warp gate, like Moira had that opened.
Sounds like we're not alone.
Is that her again?
You're about to get Terminator 2'd.
Should we do is basically just get ready for defense?
What?
Defense? Basically,
Oh my god, do you think they have Sentinels?
Oh my god.
Oh, that would be so awesome. Oh.
Yeah, let's make this
How about
freaking
Cylons?
X-Men now.
Yes,
Cylons.
X-Men Final Days.
No, I'm just kidding.
God damn.
Okay, that original TV show, awesome. If you haven't seen it, go see it now.
Yeah.
If you can find it.
So,
on YouTube.
Arknight says, whoever just warped in, it wasn't me.
Obviously.
Another Arknight walks in. Wait, you need to stop him. He's going to ruin the future.
It's funny you should say that. Because somebody shoots a plasma rifle directly through the wall of the
Thank God I went to get down.
of the Coney Island stand in rapid fire and levels the entire side of the building.
I made sure I was on the ground.
I wonder what happened to Gavin.
You don't know. It was Gavin Mall.
Oh no, I'm not there. I left.
Oh, you left. Okay, I forgot.
Right?
All right.
Because he walked in after I left.
Yeah.
I'm not asking.
Outside, you see in full power armor 5 different people, all with different power armors and insignias on the side of their arms with different flags of different nations, only some of which you recognize.
And power armor is designed to let people deal with my kind of strength.
He goes, "Oh shit, they're here." They followed me back to 1965 when I tried to... Just forget it, we gotta go.
1965? What the fuck? I love this. I love it
Back to the
so
Future
much.
reference.
There's some Back to the Future bullshit in here, wouldn't
In Mandarin, you hear a command that says, "Lower your weapons and you will not be harmed."
Am I just like feeling anything on my node scale? Just like, is there any like spikes passively just triggering me?
You
at all?
felt a node show up after you left. But does anybody else have node? These guys seem invisible to you when you try to node spike them.
Walking back
They're
at
like
this time.
gods.
Hey guys, I know I just left and we weren't on good terms, but there was this. I felt like another. Oh, whoa, what? Oh,
Okay, so you want to be back there?
okay.
No, don't do it.
Yes.
You hear in Mandarin. You guys, who understands Mandarin? You hear him say, "Protect him at all costs," and 3 of them like flank to defend you.
Whoa! You. What the?
You piece of shit! I don't kill, but I might make an exception for this.
I am son of a bitch! I am so confused right now. What is happening?
They put you behind them, and they charge up their weapons. It says, "We won't harm you. Just turn over the Aberrant." And they indicate to
Arc Knight.
Arknight.
Isn't that your?
I'm
I mean,
gonna do something really dumb.
What?
I'm going to turn all my dormancy off,
Okay.
and I'm going to walk out there.
All right. You walk out there.
Yep.
They all aim their plasma rifles at you.
No, don't you dare.
They say, "Hands behind your head. We don't want to harm you."
I get out in front of them and put myself in front of whatever they're about to shoot.
All right, you get out there too. They lower their weapons.
Lloyd?
Confused. They look to their commander, and their commander nods that it was the right decision to make.
Lloyd? Our friend, I know you hate me right now, but you're one of my good friends. We play card games, we play poker, played Siege together. That's a super bonding experience. I value your friendship. What the fuck is going on?
Give me a perception check, everybody.
Perception awareness?
Yeah.
1 again.
4.
6.
I got
6.
all 9s. Look at me.
6.
6. All right, you 3 see one of the patches is Brazil, another patch is China, another is the United States, but the flag looks different. There's only 5 stars, and then like there's a German flag, and then there's a flag you don't recognize from Ghana, like a new Republic of Ghana.
Are you guys like trying? Are you representing your favorite football team?
These are like third world. Oh, China's in it, so they're not third world.
Are you guys representing your favorite football
Majority
teams?
of them are third world.
They're like our business is our own. Now
Well,
turn over Arknight.
okay, I don't know who Arknight is, but you've clearly made a very big mistake. You pointed a gun at my friend, and while I know he could definitely take it, look at this guy. Oh, why are you? You should see him on a good day.
I'm gonna
Like, you have no idea what he's doing. It's dangerous to everything. Now stop him.
Ooh.
Arknight, he points to the guy behind you. And you see Joey grown up behind you.
Dear God.
I'm going to
Adonis?
cross my arms, and I'm going to give a simple symbol that pretty much under like police and Nova would know of. Move. I'm going to just do a quick tap on my arm and do another.
What are you going to do? Like, move?
I'm going to do like a kind of like secret code, just hand signals for move.
I was already
Get
looking
out of
for an
here.
exit.
Yeah.
Alright, you exit through the back.
Well, I was already looking for the best, stealthiest way to get out.
Alright, roll dex stealth.
Same here. Five successes.
5 successes?
Mm-hmm.
5 as well.
They don't notice you guys leave. So it's just you 3.
All right, now let's just calm down here for a minute and just put the guns away. I'm sure this can be solved.
You don't understand.
You're right.
Utopia is at stake.
Okay, elaborate.
You go, we can't reveal information about the future to people from the past.
You're from the future.
Oh.
They're dead serious.
turn around and look at my nephew and I just voice over. The problem?
Like he goes, yeah, we've got to get him on our side. I was going to try to redeem him, but they say he needed him alive, and I don't even know who these people are. They must be from ahead of the time that I'm from.
I'm going to look at him and I'm going to go, redeem?
Yeah, he does some really bad shit, but we can change him. We can make sure he goes on the right path.
And then I'm going to do or.
Like, I don't want to think about that if I don't have to.
Okay.
I've already killed too many people.
Somewhere in the future, a continent is literally just flipped. Pyrokinetic powers.
You say that?
No.
Alright.
I'm going to lean over to you a little bit. I'm going to say, how's your wall building?
Wonderful.
Good.
I could start a bricklaying business if I wanted to.
Do it.
That's a great idea, actually.
Oh, I forgot. There's another guy with an Australian-ish flag on his shoulder, on his arm.
Wait, you mean start a bricklaying business?
Oh, so much for the
I
flat
mean,
earthers.
starting a wall.
Okay, but seriously, level with me. Who are you guys? Like, do you guys?
We're Aeon Trinity. Now get down.
No, I've never heard of that before. Now, could you?
Because it doesn't exist yet. Now get down.
Now, I keep hearing you talk about the future. Now, that doesn't seem scientifically plausible. I'm a paleontologist. That's about as close as you get to time travel.
She aims a plasma rifle up in the air and goes, and it shoots an energy beam up in the air. It goes, do you need any more proof?
Yeah, because I just saw a schematic for one of those, like, a month ago.
She goes, well, yeah, well, trust me, this is the upgraded model.
You're not really being convincing right now.
You have 20 seconds to comply.
And what are you going to do? Shoot me?
Yes. Not you.
Yeah, you do realize that in my full form, I'm like 7.5 feet, right?
Okay, so you and... Is that your nephew?
Here.
Is this legit? Is this happening right now?
Yes.
Is this fucking time travel?
Yes!
I'm super intrigued, but super, like...
Boy! And I literally grab you by the front of the chest, I'll grab the closest thing to my side, and huck it as I start to fly and book it out the back.
You huck like a giant, like an old jukebox out to try to distract them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them goes like this and freezes it in the air. The other one flies up to meet you and takes a shot at you.
Oh my god, they're from the future! Oh my god, they're from the future!
What?
I'm still holding him.
Yes, I know, but they're trying to take a really accurate shot to hit you. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the American guy is going to try to electrocute both of you to stun you.
Shit! Whoa!
Oh, because that's good.
He touches his temple and reaches out his hands.
Can I activate wall, or are we just gonna say that
Not
hits
in
first?
time. 1,
Right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Roll soak.
Roll soap for bashing.
It's lethal.
Oh, it's lethal?
Including me?
Yes.
only have 2 dead
all but one of
characters
those
tonight.
are successes, so 5.
5.
Yep.
One's cocked, I think. Is that cocked?
That one there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna re-roll it. Okay. 5.
5. You both take 2 lethal damage and you're like electrocuted.
Do they sound like Chewie when the person gets tased?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. They both yell at you to cease and desist.
so we're both fucking hurt.
Yeah, and then the other guy lowers the jukebox, and they tell you to cease and desist.
As he's hauling me, I use my shape abilities to have them sink into the ground around them.
They got power armor.
Yeah, but this will slow them down.
The girl with the Uganda or Ghana thing on her shoulder
You guys are definitely dead.
teleports everyone in the entire area to the top of the building when you try to sink everything in the bottom. She reaches into her head and just goes, and they all both reappear on the other side. They apparently are very skilled with dealing with people that are novas. What are you doing in all this, you two?
I'm just basically just out of sight, but like watching carefully. I'm just making sure I'm not getting involved, but I understand what's going on.
Right. They're like, turn over the time traveler or we will fire again.
What?
We don't want to hurt you.
Well, you should have said that a minute ago, because I still wouldn't have believed you.
They told you that a minute ago, multiple times.
I know, I'm being rhetorical.
Okay.
What is Arc Knight doing, though?
Arc Knight rushes out to try to defend you two. And on seeing his cybernetic arm, the guy with the guy with the American flag on his side looks at it and smiles widely.
Can I whip something at him to distract him?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, cool. Let's get some, what was that, might to whip something at him?
Yep.
Alright.
Are you?
with
Wait,
Mega
are you?
Strength.
Are you?
I'm not throwing you.
Are you sure? Because that might be a pretty good idea.
It might be a good
It's
idea,
technically a
but
boulder.
I can hurt you if I do that.
And?
You know what? Fine, we'll whip you.
Oh, well,
Too bad you aren't short, then it'd be midget tossing.
you can't say that. You can't say that
Little
word.
people tossing.
There we go.
Gnome tossing?
6 successes.
That's a little.
6.
That's,
To whip a full human.
that's a little derivative still, like the X-Men or X-Force.
The guy with the Brazilian patch knocks the American guy out of the way, shapes his body into a giant like mitt shape, catches you, and then bounces you back out and reshapes back into a regular human.
Can I
Why do you
catch him
guys
as he
keep
bounces
fighting?
out or no?
Yeah.
Can I catch myself?
Yeah, you catch yourself. He goes, again, we are not trying to harm you. If we were, it would be over really quickly. Now turn over the time traveler.
Now I'm starting to believe you when you say it might be over quickly, but the problem is that what exactly are you going to do to the time traveler when I give you him?
Detain him.
By
Taking him back to our time and putting him in a maximum security facility.
for giving you a chance.
For the prime of altering the timeline.
But aren't you technically doing that now?
We're enforcing utopia. Now shut up and obey.
I'm slowly backing up the entire time holding it.
Okay.
I'm trying to just keep myself here. So just go.
Yeah, you don't need to keep yourself there.
Get the guy and go.
I will grab Joey by the shoulder and start pulling him with me, though.
Alright, he follows you.
I back up with them, just keep me in front of them so nothing lethal can just be launched directly at them.
Alright.
Human shield.
They're running. Stop them.
Take a shot and I kill him now.
Who, him?
Yes.
I don't care.
Run the calculation, she says in Mandarin.
Just like you're gonna flick me.
No, I have you by your whole head. I will crush your skull in front of them.
They say there's a person with an Indian insignia, like a city for India, and she says it's within acceptable parameters. they raise their rifles.
I use my
Since I'm
my
basically
wall
with
ability
him.
and just propel the three of us off the building.
All right, you're
James.
gonna run.
James.
Yep.
Yeah.
Since I'm basically just with him and I can see this whole thing, can I just go then make several copies of Arc Knight?
You were going
Sure.
to kill me?
You're the reason this is happening.
How?
I'll let him explain.
I like to stay.
What?
I like to stay in the shadows. I don't want to expose myself.
He'll pick us up and sew us back together once they're done.
Maybe.
Why is my arm super jacked?
1, 2, 3, 4.
We ran out of parts for you, so I
5,
had to
6.
borrow some from Lloyd.
6. You make six.
Or the other way
things.
around. Why is Lloyd's arm really rocky or whatever?
The Indian girl reaches out her hands and goes, "That one's real." She points right at you.
They've got a Mindstein!
Right at sorry, not right at you, right at
Arc Knight.
Arc Knight.
Damn it.
And it highlights on their HUD, and you can see a red outline on the like in a
Their
hologram. in
suits
front
are
of
giving
them.
them basically most of the stuff,
No.
but they're also godlike.
You don't...
You try to sense them with a node, and even a baseline human, like has a signature, they don't have one.
Yeah.
They're all using mental powers.
Yeah, they're psychers. They're from the future where China rules and has psychers that fight off people like us because we're horrible. It's an awesome bit of lore, people. Read up on it. It's super cool. Or check out our episode 0. You can find it here if you insert the link here on YouTube.
I'm not going to do
He
that.
won't do it. He
I
won't
don't
do
have
it.
episode 0
There is
uploaded
no
anyway.
zero.
Oh, why don't you?
Because it was bad.
But it was so much fun.
It was fun.
Wait a minute.
But yeah,
was
so these guys are not Novas, but they have superpowers. You're not sure what that means.
I think back to a conversation I had with Meinstein.
Einstein sees you thinking, and he goes, "Yeah, that's about what I was talking about." He recognizes what you're remembering when you're thinking.
Mega
The
perception.
wheel is turning, and then suddenly the mouse inside of it stops and thinks, "Oh."
I'm with Meinstein, by the way.
I just
Yep.
propelled
In
me,
shadows.
Meinstein, the kid, and Lloyd off the building.
All right,
Oh, and Jeff.
Meinstein.
all right, you're running.
Escaped.
Yes.
After I saw that my illusion didn't work, I'm going to sneak away.
All right.
Like you're a dog with its tail between its legs.
As you can see, I'm not really meant for
The girl with the Ghana insignia says they're running again, and then teleports to flank you in front of you.
Is your superpower
On each
stating
thing.
the obvious? Because you're really doing that well.
And they're all surrounding you on the rooftops, aiming their guns at you.
What's with directives not here?
Directive doesn't know these people exist.
Yep.
Because they don't exist yet.
Because they know.
I
He's
collapsed the
making too
floor
much of a
under us.
scene.
What?
I collapsed the floor under us.
All right, you sink down in the sewers and collapse the floor under you.
Weren't we
and-
on the top of the building?
No, you were on. You guys jump from the top of the building
Okay.
onto an alley in the
Okay.
back of the thing. And are you gonna reseal it above you?
Yeah.
All right.
Can I be at the ready if one of them pops out? I want to grab one straight by the face if they
All right.
pop next to me.
You're outside, so you hear her saying, "Calculating telekinetic jump," and she's looking at a computer screen. It's too risky down there. Goes, okay, we'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. The Australian guy just like throws a grenade down in there.
It's like hunting fish in a barrel.
A singularity grenade goes off, and the ceiling above you literally vaporizes into a black hole.
As we all
There's
just...
no explosion; it just vaporizes.
There's a sudden, like, pull, but then sudden push, and then a pull again, but then...
Right, but you guys have scattered, running into the sewers, and split into two groups from the terror. So
I've left him on his own. I'm with my nephew.
yeah. So you and your FU are running, and you two are running.
I'm with Meinstein.
Jeff
That's what you're
Meinstein
Meinstein.
and
You're
the
running.
doc have all gone their own way. I'm getting out of here.
All right. Okay. They head down. You see one of them pull off something from their back and throw it into the air, and a drone spurs out and heads down, and another one spurs another drone down. It starts scanning.
Yep.
You guys did this yourselves.
I didn't do anything.
This was
I meant you.
Listen, this was happening regardless. I just inserted myself.
So you're running. So give me a Dex Athletics check. Let's see if you can outrun this drone.
I'm not just running. I'm gonna do some dumb shit.
All right.
You're gonna
What
do
is it,
something
brave?
brave.
Yes,
Stupid.
stupid.
I'll roll your dex for you, but that's beside the point.
Dude, check
Three.
this fucking roll.
What?
6 successes.
6 to run.
6 successes.
Bolt. They don't even bother going after you.
As
I get
I
3.
run and gravel starts sticking to my shoes as I'm subconsciously propelling myself.
What'd you get?
I got 3.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are good enough to run away.
We are?
Yeah.
Alright, so I don't have to do dumb shit now.
Oh,
Shit, we lost him. And they're like, that's okay. It's not like we're running out of time. Doot, 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 doot. And they all phase out.
I was gonna say, that's the one thing they have plenty of.
You're left alone outside.
I'm just kind of
As you pissed yourself and
I didn't piss myself. It's just
What the?
So, you guys.
This night just went from
I'm
several
just like
extremes
looking
to
at
another.
Einstein. I'm like, what
Just-
the fuck?
It's like, well, obviously, one, time travel. Apparently, that's a thing. And then, two, apparently, my theory was correct. There's another way to control quantum phenomena. And apparently, they can do it.
And you see the technology they have, the armor.
I'm going to get Einstein a roll to see if he can figure this out.
I make my way
Answer
out of the
no.
sewer. And
Did
find-
you notice? Roll intelligence, medicine.
Oh, absolutely.
so. But
This
but
is
I'm
going
all
to
by
go.
myself after my mind just goes.
So these
get
are
up
like
and go.
totally our characters from like the next.
I am
game,
going
right?
home now.
For a Trinity game? I'll be the Australian.
Ooh, dibs on a
9.
The armor and the weapons were all alive. They're biotech that's fused with hardtech.
You mean like they plug into them?
Not only that, like the weapons are actually biological in some level.
Kind of like you, Fiber.
Kind of. So their ammo must regenerate.
Considering it's comprised of energy. I bust out of the sewer once I think I've traveled a significant distance.
Yeah.
Find the nearest liquor store, rush in, drop a 50 on the counter, and just find the nearest bottle of vodka and start chugging it.
Lloyd, you and Joey are finally alone in the sewer. He says, I think I lost him. I don't know what he was going to do, but he was going to do something nasty. Thanks for saving my arm.
Can you imagine if this ended up actually being your like son, you know, the super toddler?
If this was Clay, yeah, that'd be interesting.
I don't know what to do. I came back here to try to change the future. I don't even know who those guys are. I tried to go back to the 1960s to when Utopia started making deals with the Directive, and everything went haywire, and then they showed up, so I jumped here to try to get your guys' help.
Alright, so just tell me what I need to do.
Because I don't know anything specific. I just figured you guys would be smart enough to help me. We have to expose the truth of Project Utopia in a way that doesn't spark a war.
In a way that doesn't spark a war?
Yeah,
So you're-
those guys over there, they want the war to happen. Don't ask me why, but they specifically told me so when I questioned them why they'd stop me. Apparently, billions of people dying is A-okay with them.
So you're saying if we get the directive to kill someone, that's how we have to have the task force hunt someone down.
We have to stop the Terrigen, we have to expose the truth of Project Utopia, and we have to prevent the Directive from making the first strike.
And we need to stop the materials.
Otherwise, end day happens. And apparently it doesn't end the world, which I'm kind of happy about, but not if whatever the hell those guys were are ruling everything. What was that? I tried to know them. It was like they weren't even there.
I don't know.
Neither do I.
Taking out the Terrigen seems to be the hardest thing.
Well,
Has Divas Mall revealed himself yet? He checks the year. I was never good in history class. I don't remember these things. The answer is no, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say not that I'm aware of.
Then there's still time.
Right.
Though there's no way we can stop Divas Mall. He goes, I know you're tough. I know I'm tough. I've seen Divas Mall. Divas Mall could destroy this entire planet. we have to do something else to discredit them. And I'm not being figurative, he tells you.
There's a really, really, really dumb way to discredit them.
What's that?
Have the task force take out.
Innocent people? You cut out.
To have them take out innocent people. Nova's, baselines, something. I'm not suggesting anything crazy.
Arknight says, he says something that surprises you. He goes, look, I told you I'd become a good person. And for the most part, I think I have. But I'm going to say something kind of cold-hearted. And it's not going to make me sound like a good person. If 1,000 people have to die to save billions, I'm willing to pay that price.
Do you remember what I told you all those years ago?
No.
A hero is based on his actions, not his affiliations. He does what must be done.
Yes. Okay. You guys fade off into the night, trying to find a place to be safe. When you get back to your house, you see one of those drones flying above it.
Well, that's not good. I know an old place that we might be able to hang out at.
Okay. You guys work on that. What are you doing, Evan? Aside from your brain exploding.
After my brain explodes, I just kind of go, I'm going to go home.
All right.
Yeah, a good night's sleep is probably the best option.
You head home, and because you have Cipher of 3, nobody knows, and because nobody really saw you, there is no drone waiting at your house. The same thing with you, because nobody really saw you.
I get in. I turn on my television.
They don't know Marissa exists, so you go back to her house, and there's no one waiting for you there.
Oh,
I'm still with Heinz. I'm Megastein.
I am.
Meinstein.
And I'm basically you said basically hardtech is basically making most of this stuff.
Right.
But the question is basically finding out that it's biotech. Who's the person that has the ability to turn technology to life?
You're not sure.
All right, but we need to get a hold of hardtech one way or another.
Well, we'll have to investigate that possibility next time on Brave Yet Stupid. Remember, Brave Yet Stupid airs every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. here at Twitch TV/Brave Yet Stupid. You can see our back episodes if you reach our Twitter or Facebook page. You can Facebook search for Brave Yet Stupid or tweet us at @BraveYet. You can also give us an email at braveyetstupid@gmail.com. Anything you guys want to add to today's game session?
Possibility that Ty and Austin need to be shot with a Nerf gun. And somebody has the Nerf gun.
Please tell me why I deserve this.
No.
And
You made basically a stupid decision, and he made even the worst decision out of the whole bunch.
Oh, I did not.
Go ahead and tell me what it is.
We're
Go
still
ahead.
airing right now.
Basically,
What
and
are you trying
Arknight
to tell me,
could have
Airman?
escaped.
we all know that I am essentially not fit for frontline combat.
No, but you did well,
Yeah.
nonetheless.
He got lucky.
Yeah, we all successfully got away from Super Advanced Mech Warrior 3
I was a smart
from
ass.
the future
The
of
full
China.
team of dispersed scions sent by Aeon Trinity.
To
Yeah.
answer your question, Arknight could have not escaped without getting shot.
No, but basically he could have made made a scene that could help majority of us escape, and he would eventually follow behind us while we try to make sure.
Well, we'll have to
follows.
debate and discuss this next time on Brave Yet Stupid. If you like our intro and outro music, you can check it out at soundcloud.com/James Scheib. That's James, Shaieb. That's me. You can hear some of our music with fellow vocalist Ron Bilas. Also, if you like Magic the Gathering, we have a sister podcast called Move to Combat, which you can watch every Wednesday at 8 o'clock at Twitch TV/Move to Combat, and see back episodes at To Combat on Twitter or Move to Combat on Facebook. Thanks for watching. I hope you had as good of a time as I did, scaring the crap out of everybody. Good night, and have a good weekend.
I did not die.
Same here.
This episode, you were near death.